From the top. Ginger, garlic bread, Caddy. Hello. I pressed the button. I swear I pressed the button. Ugh, I didn't press. This is why I like tactile buttons and not this touch screen bull crap. Okay. I should have checked that the light was on though. Alright. Ginger, garlic bread, Caddy, congrats on being the first to arrive. Hello, Bommy. Hello, Mantis Fox. Hello, Archangel. Hello, Sklu. Hello, Jazza. Hello, Yeethead. Hello, Diana. Frayed Blood, thank you so much for the resubscription. Welcome back to the stack for the 33 months. Enjoy your emotes, your sub badges, your ad for reviewing. 33 months, that's so many. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Frayed Blood. Okay. Mel, welcome to the stream. It's so good to see you, Mel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far today. If you're not following Mel, they're an amazing streamer here on Twitch. Make sure you go give them a follow at your earliest convenience. Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh my god, I'm muted? No way. Yeethead, thank you so much for the 95 bits as well. Whew, okay, we're free. Yeah, Mario is taking over the stream. I realized I didn't really do like a long intro. Almost a full stack. Oh, I thought you were talking about the subscription. I was like, I'd be glad if it was. Yeah, I went to Yumicon on Saturday. That was like all day on Saturday, and I picked up a few nice things. This is one of the things I picked up. There was not very much Stardew stuff there. This was like the only thing I found. They're really pretty though. They did not have a Leah one. I also bought a few others, but I don't have them anymore because they're in the mail. I sent them to someone. Nice haircut. It's not a haircut. This is just my hair. Look. Okay, this morning, I mean, the thing I do with my hair now is I just like spray some stuff in it and then use the hair dryer, and where it lands, okay? We ain't doing this anymore. All right, we're back. Breathe. No. Make me. Oh, by the way, Kat, welcome in. Thank you so much for the Backstreets back. Sorry, I had to catch up to Chad here. I know, right, Diana? There were some really good ones. Oh, I also bought this other poster. I gotta show you this. This is an amazing poster. I freaking love this poster. Oh. Look at this shit. I mean, stuff. Oh, look at it! Isn't this gorgeous? I love the style of it so much. Hold on, I'm trying to make it correctly vertical here. There, that's the problem. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Like, look at that style. Look at that grace. It's gonna be golden. Anyways, right now it's sitting on the ground, so I need to get a frame for it. What are the odds of that? Getting the same thing? Oh, your stack mates. I don't know. It shouldn't happen very often, but sometimes it seems to. I don't know exactly how the math on that thing works. It doesn't make sense. Hey, GeForce. Yep, earlier this week I uploaded another short. This one's about some more of my fishing strategies. It's not doing as well as the other ones recently. That freaking one with the... the one about the void fences has been going off like crazy. I keep getting comments that people think I'm colorblind because I said green instead of red when it's clearly red, but I wasn't looking at the footage when I was recording, so... There are about 40 comments on that video that say, did you know you're colorblind? I especially like the one that was like, do you know you're colorblind like Finn? Like... I haven't actually seen much Adventure Time, so I did not know that Finn was colorblind, but apparently, now I know that. 1 divided by 999 squared. Engagement's engagement. I don't think it's a problem. It's just kind of funny how many people are like, you're colorblind. Do you know that? It's like, nope. Nope, I'm just dumb, actually. Yeah, the Limbo one's acting weird too, and I have no idea why. It uses your name and the date. So maybe because the day is going up by 1, somehow that's... But then it like multiplies it by a big number. I'm not sure. Hey, Herm, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. All right. I think that's everything I wanted to show. I also got a bookmark that I haven't been able to ship yet. I don't know if I can show that on a family-friendly stream, though. It's actually not that bad. You guys ready? Oh. But wait, there's more! Oh my god, he's hot. I think it's actually a Saja boy. More like my idol, am I right? Alright, I think we're actually going to be starting out here because we're going to be recording a bit of a video. You guys ready to see my farm in all of its glory? Let's see, we've been 13 minutes in the stream. I think I'm going to stop recording and then I'm going to start recording again. That way this creates a distinct part. It is YouTube time. We are going to 999 today. It'll just be after the tour. It's not going to take me that long to record the tour. Probably like less than an hour, maybe about an hour. We'll see. I'm gonna check every nook and cranny though. We're gonna see everything, I think, because I was not very thorough with my last tour, and a lot has changed since then too. Hey, Enlisty Tay, it's good to see ya. All right, let's see here. It almost would make more sense to do the farm tour on year 100, but also we're basically here now, so. Yeah, we'll make it easier to signal here. All right. Hello and welcome everybody to another video about my 999 challenge. Today we're going to be going through and looking at everything on my farm. We're going to start away from the farm, check out the entire world. I'm going to try and leave no screen unturned. We're going to look at the various things that I've done and why I've done them in the various parts of the world. Then we're going to come back here to the farm and look at why we have the layout we currently do right now. And then after that, we're going to go through each and every one of our chests here and explain what's in each of them, why all of them are kind of colored the way they are. And also we'll go through the house here and see everything that's in here and why it is the way it is. So I think, without any plan in particular, we're actually going to go ahead and start on Ginger Island. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start. Actually, there isn't much over here, I don't think, but we'll just take a quick look to make sure. Yeah, I haven't done anything with this area. I've considered turning this into a tree farm, but there just isn't a whole lot of room. So putting trees here really wouldn't do all that much. And then I do come in here occasionally, the Pirate's Cove, for fishing, but there isn't really much reason to put anything in there. Screen's not centered? Well, that's because it is centered. It's just because of how the zoom works. All right, sneakers. I like how there's going to be a cut between me having sneakers and me not having sneakers. That'll be jarring. Okay. So while I do come into the jungle occasionally, once per year really, to clear out these weeds and hopefully get a mummified frog, I don't actually have anything placed here. Mostly because I want the space for weeds to grow whenever they need to grow. Also, there isn't much of a reason to put stuff there. Let's go ahead and go up. I'm actually going to take the Parrot Express here to the volcano. And we'll come down from there. And we can start talking about volcano runs and such. So first of all, I have all these trees here. You'll notice that almost none of them have moss, because at the end of every month and on the 14th of every month, I go through and I clear out all of these trees of moss. So right now, almost none of them have regrown their moss, because literally the day before, this is the 1st of spring, year 96. Literally yesterday in game, I cleared these all off of moss. One of them regrew already. That was very quick. So we're going to see a few different locations where I've got trees to clear for moss. It's just the fastest way that I can find to gather moss in a reasonable manner. Right here is the entrance to the volcano. I've put a few things out here in order to be able to grab them quickly if I'm heading into the volcano. One of them is just the Junimo chest. Inside my Junimo chest, I just keep a bunch of useful things that I might need at any point, and I've got Junimo chests spread all around the map in various locations. So I've got extra rings here. Depending on what I'm doing, I want certain rings for doing those things. Like if I'm fighting monsters, I want my monster rings. And if I need the plus luck buff, I use these as well. I don't normally have my plus luck buff rings on anymore because they're actually actively bad for fishing. Not by a lot, but it actually reduces the amount of fish you get because you catch more jelly. So I don't want to wear plus luck if I don't have to. All right. Over here, you'll see I have a sign that says diamonds. I can't walk into the volcano without seeing the sign. And the reason being is I need to give 10 diamonds to the dwarf in the middle of the volcano to get a book each day. Well, not every day, but just on the days I go into the volcano. I need 999 of those books, and you can only do it once per day. So every time I go into the volcano, I take 10 diamonds with me in order to be able to afford that book. Okay, down here, we can head on down to the dig site, which I keep mostly clear because once per Monday, I actually come through and I bomb all of these rocks here. This is a good way to get some of the fossil artifacts for the 999 challenge. In general as well, this river here can spawn, as you just heard a second ago, these what would you call that? Panning spots. And they chain very nicely too. So whenever I'm coming through here, I look for these panning spots. I need to be able to get those in order to get fossilized tails. It's the only way to do so. In this chest here is where I drop everything off that I don't need. So basically everything in here are items that I don't need for stacking. So every time I go through and I bomb, I just come over here and I press this, and it adds everything in here. Occasionally, I do have to clear it out, as you can see the clay and the stone gather a lot more quickly than everything else. I also use these bone fragments for challenge bait, so I come and grab these quite often. There'd be a lot more here otherwise. Okay, there's another Junimo chest here. Okay, and we can take this over to the farm area of Ginger Island. Good morning, Slim. All right, on our farm area of Ginger Island, we have the seed maker thing here. I have not actually used this in a while, but in case I need seeds, this is a really good way to do it. It's pretty much exactly the right length. It's a little longer, but pretty much exactly the right length that if I'm running with full speed and putting things in it, if I go through this entire candy cane shaped thing and get back to the bottom, it's ready again by the time I get back there. I have a few trees here in order to get maple syrup, pine tar, and oak resin if I need them. I haven't needed them in a long time though, so they're kind of just there for fun now. I could replace them at this point, but I've kind of gotten used to them being there. You can barely see it now, but there are a few chests here. I was mostly using these chests for certain other things when I was using Ginger Island as an actual farm and not as a tree farm, as you can see it is now. So you can see a few different things here throughout. Just kind of some leftovers for when I was using this more. Right now, these chests are kind of empty, and I could probably do with cleaning them out a little bit. You saw this one, though. This one's kind of important. So these are all of the saplings that I need to turn into iridium. I started working on it, and then I realized I'd rather use the Ginger Island area for a moss farm for now, and we're going to come back to finishing these off later. You can see I've done the apple saplings, the first batch of apple saplings to iridium already. You have to have a tree sitting for 4 years before they become iridium. There's a neat little trick you can do, where if you cut them down when they're silver and then replant them, what you are able to do is replant them and they'll grow faster into iridium. However, that's a lot of work, and I have a lot of years to sleep, so there's not really a reason for me to do it. So I just plant them, and then 4 years later, I can simply just cut them down and get the iridium saplings. Hey, Frade. Oh, you've been here. What are these Junimo stars? These are Junimo stars. What are the star items? These are Junimo stars. If you guys have questions during this, that would be good, because I'm sure the YouTube people are going to have the same questions, so feel free to ask questions as we're going. Excuse me. So these stars are just furniture items. You can place them on walls. In fact, I'll bring one in here and show you. I'm not going to save this day, so no matter what I do here, you can just like place them on walls. They just look pretty. But I use them as like a space filler. So originally this chest was completely full. Sorry, this chest here. Actually, that one too. Was completely full. And I wanted an exact amount of stuff that I could put in there without going over. So I have these there to kind of just make sure I didn't go over. And I just never got rid of them because I'm no longer using that. I don't remember exactly why I needed them. Something about like a certain number of seeds I wanted to fit in here without going over. I but I can't remember exactly. Oh, I remember now. It was for, what do you call that? Fairy dust. Yes, for fairy dust. I wanted to make a certain amount of fairy dust, so I needed a certain amount of diamonds. And so I put the exact amount of diamonds in here that I needed, and this was the cutoff here. Hi, Ray. I'm doing well. How are you? Good question. All right, so here is the inside of my Ginger Island farmhouse. You can tell I don't use it very much. At some point, I might be able to figure out what I put in here. That's a dumb thing to say. At some point, I might use this area for storage, especially for like when I complete stacks and I need a place to put them all. But for now, I've just got a bunch of random stuff here. I honestly don't even remember what's in some of these chests. Ooh, coffee beans. And then nothing for a few of them. I also have a big chest of blueberries over here somewhere. I forgot about that. Let me take a look. Is it this one? Yeah, it's right here. Nope. There it is. Okay, yeah. These are my leftover blueberries. For a reason we will go talk about in just a moment. This is more tree farm, by the way. I very recently planted this. So this is another area for moss, and it goes all the way down to the beach as well. So I just come through there twice a month to collect the moss from the trees. I get about a stack twice a month now, which is a lot faster than it was before. All right, so there isn't really much over here. I used to use this area, I should say, for dehydrators and a few other things as well. But this is like a really good kind of like keg area, right? Or dehydrator in my case. So I could come through here with the dehydrators, but I finished everything I need, most artisan goods. I think I finished pretty much all artisan goods at this point. There's a few exceptions. But as a result of that, I kind of just don't need this area anymore. I could plant some more trees here, but it would be like a lot more scarce than over there. So there isn't really a good reason for it. So I think this will just remain kind of blank for now. I did cover up the trees though, because they kept getting in my way. All right, this is my this is the nut room where I can complete quests. We can actually see what my quest is this week. I don't typically take either of these quests because they take too long to complete. I could take Danger in the Deep and use a bunch of ladders to get 50 Q gems, but it takes like 10 minutes or so, and it turns out 10 minutes to 50 Q gems isn't actually a great ratio when there's some I can finish in like less than a minute. Okay, but speaking of finishing them in less than a minute, if we come in here, you can see I've got a bunch of colored items. I've got the prismatic shards, so I can put 4 in whenever I get the quest for prismatic shards. And I've got the prismatic Grange quest stuff as well. So these are yellow items, these are red items, these are orange items, these are green items, these are purple items, and these are blue items. So if you're wondering what all those blueberries are for, I made a bunch of extra in case I need more. And in fact, it looks like I'm running low on them. So pretty soon I will have to refill this. All right, we're going to take this moment to take a very short break because I just saw some posts for some people that I think indicates that the schedule for AGDQ just dropped. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to want to check that out real fast. Games list, sorry. There we go. That's different. Gabby got in! That's so awesome. Okay. Sorry, I'll look at the full list later. That's just the one I saw really quick. Alright, we're recording a video though, so we should get back to that maybe. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, and that should be, yeah, that's everything for Ginger Island. So let's go home really quickly. Next, we're going to go to, let's just do the desert really quick, because that'll go pretty fast. All right, our desert is a big old tree farm. Also, importantly on desert days, on Thursdays rather, if we come up here, on Thursdays, you can buy a magic rock candy for 3 prismatic shards. So on Thursdays, I come by, I grab all of these jade as I'm coming by. I grab the 3 prismatic shards, drop off the jade, and then I buy the rock candy from here. Right. Also, hi, Gene. Welcome in. So I go through and I do all of our moss farming as we're going through all this. I do also want to go take a look really quickly in Skull Caverns while we're here, because I do have a few chests in here. And there's good reasons for it. I think this is just empty, right? Nope, there's just more. Okay. Alright, so my main reason for having a bunch of chests in here is we needed a bunch of ladders to get all of our auto petters. And this is where I store all of the ladders. Now, I got all those ladders before we had a very easy way to get... Yeah, I got all these ladders before we had bigger chests, and I just never replaced the chest to limit the amount of space they take up here. But this is the amount of ladders about that I'm going to need to get all the auto petters. On the plus side, the Desert Festival made it so my luck is a little higher when I'm doing the dives, so I actually need less than this number of ladders now. But, I mean, I might use them for other things. Alright, and I've got another Junimo chest here as well. Alright, I don't think there's too much more in the desert. We are going to take this opportunity, though, to stop by Oasis in the casino to check some of my stats. So let's go do that now. Okay, Oasis, not much in here. If it was Sunday, though, I could talk to Sandy and get a milk. Fun little trick there. Alright, nothing really in the casino. I don't really come by here much anymore. I do have this here, though, where I have a luck ring, a lucky potato, and a bunch of ginger ale. I should probably empty this out at some point. Because I used this while I was gambling to get enough Q coins to buy some of the items from the vendor in here that are stackable. So with good enough luck, you are guaranteed to gain on this, like, over time. So I would just leave this running while I was on breaks. Hey, speaking of which, I gained some. So yeah, I would just leave this running on breaks, and then eventually over time you'd hit enough jackpots and stuff where you just get enough. It took like 17 hours in total, but I split it up between multiple breaks. This is where you buy Statues of Endless Fortune. I had to buy 999 of these, but I'm all done now. So I had to talk to this guy 1,000 times, basically, to get all of those. Here are all of these stats. So let's go ahead and take a look at these really quick. So this is after technically 95 years of gameplay. So if these stats do not compare to yours, that's the reason for that. So I have over, is it 11 million? Yeah, 11 million steps taken. This one hasn't gone up in a while, but over 3,000 gifts given. Over 10,000 days in Stardew. This one goes up once per day. We have 96 or almost 97,000 dirts hoed. We have nearly 450,000 items crafted, and we're not done with that one yet either. We have a few more stackable items we have to craft still, although not too many more at this point. We have 335,000 items cooked, so this goes up a lot because I use the bread method of Q's Cuisine. So I always cook 1,667 bread every time I get the Q's Cuisine quest, so that goes up pretty fast. In addition to that, I have to recook all of my cookables because we're going to be switching to gold star cooked items. So this is going to go up a lot more from there as well. There's a number that hasn't changed in a long time. 20,000-ish trash recycled. I haven't had to recycle trash in quite a while now. Okay. We have nearly 500,000 monsters slain. Nearly 161,000 fish caught. 154,000 lines cast, nearly 900,000 seeds sown, and 1.5 million items shipped. I don't even remember why I had to ship that many. I guess that's just where a lot of my money came from. All my eggs that I'm shipping now. Okay, and that's all the stats at the casino, which you can always find on my Discord, by the way. I post them every so often in the 999 challenge info, and I'm going to post them there in a little bit as well. Alright, so that's the desert all done. Let's re-up our buffs here. Okay, and we're gonna go... Let's go north first. There isn't a whole lot here, so we can just take a quick look at everything. So let's look at the backwoods first. The backwoods has a whole bunch of kegs. The reason being is this is one of my kegging areas. I would come in through the bus stop, go through all of this, go through the bus tunnel here, keg all through there, come back out, and then keg all the way up through here. I no longer need to keg anything, though. This is like my money-making method. I just have not bothered to clean any of this up. So all these kegs are purely aesthetic now. There's an animal on your head. That's true, April. Okay. As far as this area back here, so many people like walk through this that I don't really bother to just like put stuff down. But if we come over to this side where there's a lot less people walking, you can see we've got all of our kegs here as well. This would be part of my kegging route. And if we come down and across here, this was all kegs as well. I recently switched all of these kegs over here to fish smokers. So this is where I smoke all the fish as I get the stacks of them. I'm still working on that right now. I don't think I have, yeah, I've got nothing in these chests for the moment. So this is 200 fish smokers, and this is pretty much exactly as much as I can go as I go in a loop through here. By the time I get back to the front of it, they're ready to go again. So I can just do a continuous loop here. All right, let's head back to the mines really quick and take a look there. I don't have much in the mines here. This is a little more kegging. There used to be more in here, but I cleared it out just because it kind of started getting in my way. I don't come to the mines too often anymore, though. Unfortunately, there isn't much for me to do there. But it looks like I've got a few things in here. I don't know why. Oh, I do occasionally... There's some chests I laid out around the map that had like bobbers in them for when I needed them. Near different fishing areas, and this is as close as you can get to like fishing in the mines. So that's where these bobbers are for. Although I haven't used these in a very long time, and I should probably just recover them at this point to add them to my other bobber setup that you will be seeing in a little bit. Yeah, we're YouTubing right now. It's okay, we can cut all this out. Okay, we have to go back this way because we gotta go check the railroad now. Yeah. There's nothing really else in the mountains here. No, April, you can say whatever you'd like. It's part of the fun to have the chat there. All right, this is the railroad. And in the railroad, you'll see I have a very interesting setup. I have all these mystic trees here for mystic syrup. I technically don't need mystic syrup anymore. I mean, I kind of do. It's a little hard to explain. I have all the mystic syrup I need for stacking, but I need more to make treasure totems, because treasure totems I can then use to get more stacks. So eventually I'll be coming back here a little more often. I don't know how many mystic syrups I need yet. I haven't really worked it out. So I'm just leaving this up until I need them. There used to be mystic trees here until our good friend Sebastian walked through and demolished them all to smoke a cigarette. Hey, I don't have anything in the bathhouse, so we're not even going to bother to go in there. But it does exist as a location. Hi, Ocean. Welcome in. You might wonder about the torches as well. So I put down flooring to prevent stuff from spawning. But when 1.6 originally came out, pathing did not actually stop debris from spawning. So I had to add the torches to prevent the debris from spawning. That has since been fixed in a future update for 1.6, like one of the later updates. So the torches are no longer necessary. But they do light up the area very well, which is perfect timing because it's late already. I guess we can show the bathhouse for Inch. I thought if you clicked enough times, it eventually let you in. Okay, maybe that's the other way around. I think it's just the men's, because sometimes you have to access Alex in here. Okay, this is the bathhouse. I don't put anything in here. And let's quickly go and check over in the Witch's Swamp, because I do actually have some stuff in the Witch's Swamp. Arguably, I have a lot of things in the Witch's Swamp. Let's go take a look there. So right here, I do have another bobber thing, although admittedly I don't use that anymore. I have finished fishing here, so I don't need to fish here anymore, luckily. We come here and we see we have a bunch of prismatic shards for some reason. If we can come in here, we can see why. I have been liberating my children. We have blessings of fangs today. I have been liberating my children for quite a while here. The main reason for that is, let's see if we get a little lucky here. Oh, I don't have animation canceling on. Let me correct that really quick. Yeah, so the main reason I've been doing that... Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh gosh! Don't let anyone ever tell you that kids aren't dangerous. All right, now that I can talk. The main reason I've been liberating children, this is where I come, by the way. If I have a child, I come and give a prismatic shard, and then they become a doll. Is because every time you kill them, they have a chance of dropping a golden mystery box. And I need 100,000 golden mystery boxes in order to get enough books of mystery for the challenge. So the best way to do that is to gather hundreds, possibly thousands, we'll see how many kids we get, of these cursed dolls in here, and kill them over and over and over again. Because after you kill them, if you walk out and you walk back in, they just respawn. So once I gather enough of them here, I can kill them over and over again. Ooh, that guy almost got me. Let's have one of these. And as a result of that's going to be my way of farming all these golden mystery boxes I needed. It will also get me some other useful things like golden animal crackers. But we should be fine on golden animal crackers even without that. Wait, is that true, Diana? Oh, that's so exciting. I did not hear about that. Aw, that's so cool. I'll have to congratulate him later. Also, Mel, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yes, a lot of my viewers are in here because I name my babies after my viewers, and then I brutally liberate them and then kill them over and over again for golden mystery boxes. We have a very good community here. All right, let's head back. I am gonna go ahead and just quickly restart the day. So we are back in the morning. That means nothing I did today mattered. Oh no. I dove them one by one, Bommy. Yeah, I dove the children one by one because it takes a long time to get the second child after the first one. You have to wait until they're fully grown up, which takes a lot longer than just having no children and getting one. Okay, and let's see here. All right, we did eat up here. Okay, so we went up north. Let's go south. Let's check out the ocean and see what we've done here. So I come to the ocean quite regularly. The main reason being is I need these. I need oysters, cockles, and mussels. So whenever oysters, cockles, and mussels appear on the beach, I'm going to pick them up. So I come twice a week, usually on Friday and Sunday, just because that's also the days I go to the traveling cart. I don't have anything in here. This is where you change your bobber. I always have it set to random. I have all of them unlocked. I think it's more fun when it's random. Obviously, that's the way to Ginger Island, but I never take that way to Ginger Island anymore because I have my totem. This is down here is where I fish for night market fish. So this is where I put all my extra stuff that I don't want in my inventory. I do need to clear this out occasionally because it starts filling up pretty quick. But basically, when I catch a fish with a chest, I get a lot of this other stuff that I don't care about. So rather than just deleting it, I just quickly can go and press this button and put it in there. This is my horse. Hey, smallmouth. Gonna need another big chest. True. Pretty soon, huh? I fish down here for a few things as well. So this is a similar chest where I just put all my extra stuff. I don't normally, because I use challenge bait when I'm catching fish here. So I don't normally get any treasure, although I occasionally get a little. So most of this is just trash. Okay. As we come up here, these are my raccoons. I guess these are the raccoons, but they're my friends. So occasionally, every Sunday, because the quest happens once per week, so on every Sunday, they'll give me a new quest, and I have all of the items prepared that they can ask for here. So they can either ask for something from 2 things from this chest, 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 or 2 things from this chest. So no matter what they ask for, I can very quickly come grab it and then complete the quest. This allows me to be able to complete the quest in seconds. I don't even have to like go make the thing. So I can complete it every Sunday. This is where the traveling cart would be, had it be a traveling cart day. So every traveling cart day, I come here and I look for pickles, jelly, and juice. And occasionally I get them. Okay, this is the secret woods. You might notice I have some pathing here. Originally, I had that pathing there to prevent forage from spawning in places where I couldn't easily see it. And I guess that's kind of still why it's there. But I don't need forage from here anymore. So I don't really come here except to fish. And in fact, I'm done with all the fish I can get from here now. So I'm not really going to come to the secret woods at all anymore. Maybe just to chill with old Master Cannoli. Okay, we can go check the bottom of Cindersap. Actually, I'm going to get here through a different method. So let's head home first. Okay, we're gonna go into town the normal way here. Right here, I have a bunch of slime incubators. You might have noticed that I have slime jacks in my pond, which give me a lot of slime. I'm currently using these slime incubators in order to turn them into red slime eggs, because that's the last slime egg I need to stack, and this is unfortunately the best way of doing that. At my bus stop here, you can see I have a bunch of kegs. I actually used to have a lot more, but 1.6 changed the pathing, so I just pulled a bunch of the kegs out of the way here so they wouldn't get destroyed. Having said that, though, I don't even really use them anymore at all, so it doesn't really matter. At the bottom down here, I have a bunch of bait makers, so if I need to make bait really quickly for fish, I can just come and I just go across the whole bottom here, put all the fish in. It only takes 10 minutes too, so as soon as the time switches, I can head back the other way. It's just a really fast way to be able to make lots and lots of bait. Bait make indeed. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, when I was in Cinder Sap Forest, we'll talk about it. I got to go back anyway, so we'll talk about it then. This is the town. I don't really put many things down in the town because so many people walk through here. It's kind of not worth figuring out. On Mondays, I come up here and I do this quest. So today is a Monday, actually. So I would go and I grab the new quest here. I have my journal set that I've got a bunch of these quests that I have done, but I have not collected. And the reason I've done that is because if you leave them in your journal here uncollected, they cannot show up on the board. So as a result, the only 2 recurring quests that are left are these 2. So every single time I check the board, I just get these 2 quests. And I want that because these 2 are extremely fast to complete. For Gus's omelet, I just have to walk into the bar, put 24 eggs that I already have a chest for into Gus's fridge, and then go collect eggs from the coops I already have. And that finishes that quest. For Robin's Resource Rush, the only thing I need to do is go back to the farm. You might have noticed, and I'll point it out when we get back there, but there are 4 deconstructors, each with 250 stone in them. I just collect that 1,000 stone, turn it back into 4 big stone chests, and put them back in the deconstructors, and that completes this quest, like, immediately. So if this one becomes stone, I take this one. If it's wood, then I take this one. So every single week I can complete the quest in just a few minutes. And that gets me one of these prize tickets. So that's a really quick way to farm up the prize tickets. And while I'm doing that quest, after I finish grabbing the quest, I come in here and I ladder down. If I forget ladders like I did today, I've got a whole bunch of them in here. So I can just ladder on down by taking one of them. And this is where you get Lewis's purple shorts. I need to get 999 of them. Technically speaking, you can grab it, leave. Whoop. I don't normally go out this way. You can grab it and leave. I usually just teleport out and then come back in, and it will respawn the shorts every time you do that. So I could finish this up by just doing it over and over and over again. But it's just easier to do once a week. That way I'm not like bored out of my mind grabbing shorts over and over again. If we head up here, we can look at Gus's Saloon really fast, the Star Drop Saloon. You can buy, oh, because Gus is on Ginger Island today. I was like, why can't I buy right now? It's not open. This is where I keep the eggs. I need to restock them soon. So all I have to do is I take this, I click on the fridge, and I just like shift click them in, and then I can put them back in there, and that completes the first half of that quest, if I'm ever doing that. I'm not going to go in everybody's house, because not everyone's house has something to see. There isn't like a whole lot of reason to go into most of them. But we do have Clint's house over here, which I do have to come to fairly often. The reason being is that in Clint's house is the only place where you can open certain geodes. I don't actually have any on me right now. What's the word I'm looking for here? Most geodes you can open with a geode crusher, but specifically golden coconuts and mystery boxes you cannot. So I have to come here if I have to open those. Luckily, I'm all done with golden coconuts. However, as I pointed out, I am not done with mystery boxes. So as a result of that, we're going to have to open up 100,000 mystery boxes with Clint, which is not going to be fun. This is where my extra stuff from the mystery boxes that I don't need goes. Eventually, I'm going to have to make this a large chest. So every so often when I'm opening golden mystery boxes, I have to drop some of the stuff off. Oh, artifact troves as well. You're right, Frayed Blood. I don't have to open those up anymore either, so I forgot about them. Hi, am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. What year are you right now? We're in year 96. We're doing a farm tour right now. Okay. Speaking of things that I do on breaks, if we come up here really quickly here. Wait, did I get one? It's corn! It's got the juice. You have a chance of getting a movie ticket from that trash can once it's a movie theater. But I come go see the movies every so often. Well, I don't go watch the movie. Hi, Claire! Sorry, Claire. You're not Claire in this game. In this version of the game. I do come here occasionally to play the crane game. And the reason being is that the crane game has these houseplants in it. Although none of these are the correct houseplant, unfortunately. Alright, can I just leave? I can just leave. Okay. But basically, I have a script set. So these houseplants, this is the only houseplants in the game that are stackable. You can get them from this crane game here. And I'm almost done with them. I've only got a few more to go, but that's the only reason I come in here for. Yeah, it is a lot. I'm doing a challenge to collect 999 of every stackable item in the game. Okay. Up here is the bookseller, if he was here right now. And I have to come here every time he shows up because he has a chance of selling rare books. And each rare book only has like a 1 in 9 chance of showing up. So I have to come every single time to get all those rare books. And we're kind of a while away from finishing those. We kind of just started. Yeah, Afraid Blood. It's being edited right now. So I don't know when that's exactly going to be done, but hopefully soon. I would say probably in about a week to 2 weeks, it should be out on YouTube. If you want to watch it, though, without any editing, it is on the VODs channel already. It should be the last 999 stream. I think I even named it. I named it Audit. So it's the whole stream, but the audit's at the end. Okay. We've got the community center up here. One of the annoying things about this area is that rocks and debris spawn. They spawn kind of slowly, but if you're sleeping for a lot of years, like I do sometimes, then they start to fill up the area really quickly. So I might actually pave over this area at some point in the future to prevent having to clean it up every so often. As you can see, I've already paved over this back area. And the reason being is that every spring 2nd, today's spring 1st, so it won't be here yet, but every single spring 2nd, so behind the community center, something called a Junimo statue spawns. And I need to stack that, so I can only get that once per year. I go on the Egg Festival day just to remember to do it on like a specific day, because otherwise I'd forget. My community center has not been touched in a very long time. I'm kind of hoping that Stardew 1.7, which is set to come out at some point in the future, will do something more with the community center, because I think that could be really fun. This is editable now, right? Oh, I put fish in here. I don't remember doing that. It's kind of funny. Okay, and that's everything over here. A lot of people ask why I have these paths over here by the river. The reason being is I used to have kegs here, and this was like my walking way. So like I would come down here, go through here, go through here, go around, come through here. This is what I would like walk through to get through all the kegs. But I removed the kegs here because it was slower than just having kegs in other places. And there's a limit to how many reasonable kegs you can have before it's unnecessary. Okay, I didn't even add those fish. They were just there already. All right, like I said, we're not going to go into everywhere. I don't have anything in Pierre's or Harvey's worth talking about. Same thing over here. I don't have anything in Haley Emily's house or Kent Jody's house either. But I do have some stuff in the sewer. So let's head on in there. I have a whole bunch of Statues of Endless Fortune. So I have 999 Statues of Endless Fortune. And if I need to grab the items from them, this is how I do it. I start here and I go all throughout the sewer. Say hi to Krobus on the way by. This is where you can reset your skills. I haven't had to do that in a while, but I do have to do it occasionally to change into more important ones. Up here is the mutant bug lair. I don't have anything in here. I actually don't know if you can leave stuff in here. I think you can without it being destroyed, but it's a little worrying because stuff like this moves around. Because like the plants will regrow and it might destroy stuff. But I have not really have any reason to put stuff in here. I've got room elsewhere. Okay, I'll come down here. So this is 999 Statues of Endless Fortune if you include the ones in Cinder Sap as well. So throughout here. So I would go through all of this. I'm not going to do that today. But I also have some in the Mastery Room now that the Mastery Room is here. So I can cut through here and grab these as well. See you later, Frayed Blood. You might notice that these are in a very specific pattern. You see all of these open areas here where you can find the spring onions. I left those there on purpose because I had to collect a whole bunch of spring onions for the challenge. So this is my way of being able to still have this all here and still be able to collect all the spring onions. I'm done with spring onions now, though, so I don't need to do that anymore. In fact, I'm done with the Statues of Endless Fortune as well, but there's not really a good reason to clean them up. And if I ever need money in a pinch, this is a really good way to suddenly get a bunch of cash because they usually have iridium bars or diamonds for me to quickly sell if I need to, but I don't need to right now. And then they go out to here. I used to have them extended all the way up to the traveling cart because I used to collect on traveling cart days where I would go through all this during the traveling cart day and I'd eventually end up at the traveling cart where I could buy stuff. Now, a bunch of people ask me why my cinder sap forest is all paved over like this. And the reason being is because debris spawns if you don't, especially in this area right here. In fact, I might need to redo this here. I don't know why that came out there, but debris can spawn in this area right here. And it blocks my path because I take my horse from here up to the raccoons in the traveling cart. And so when debris spawns here, I have to start like going around or blowing it up. So just having it all blocked off is just a little easier over time. And as of a later update of 1.6, Forge can actually spawn on top of pathing. So this doesn't even stop Forge from spawning, which is really nice. All right, let's go back home. I think that is everything outside of the farm. So I think it's time to start talking about the farm. But before we do that, we're going to reset one more time. Hi, Blue Emblem. Hi, Ninka. Welcome into both of you. We're going to reset one more time because we want to talk about the farm during the day, I presume. I think it might be a good idea to start inside, though. So let's go take a look around our house. As you can see, it's not exactly the most aesthetic place, although I've hung up some paintings in a very dignified way for a little bit of beauty. You'll also see occasionally there's like a chair or a plant sitting on the ground. The reason being is that Leah will occasionally just like put stuff down and say, hey, isn't this nice, dear? And I'll be like, sure, sweetie, whatever you'd like. Occasionally I do have to clean them up. I did buy this dark piano because I really like it. So we have that there. Most of these paintings, these are like the paintings I like most in the game. So I just wanted to put them up for funsies. Same with the ones up here and whatnot. All right, over here, this is where I have a bunch of my unstackable items that I don't really need anymore, but I collect anyways. So like these are some of the items from the museum, same, and like a few others as well. I probably don't need 4 of these, but I have 4 of these. A bunch of extra paintings as well. A bunch of the houseplants, just to kind of have one of each, I guess. And then over here is where I have all the movie posters. I think I'm still missing one, which is kind of hilarious when you think about how many times I've done the crane game. Is it 8? Maybe I have all of them now. Because there's 2 per season, right? So I think that's 8 of them. So maybe I was able to get all of them. Okay, and then here's where I have all my cactuses. This is how many years I've gone to the Desert Festival. I've gotten a cactus for each one. Eventually, we're going to have a lot more than this. And I'm not sure how I'm going to collect them all. So we'll see eventually what we get from them. I haven't gotten any repeats yet. But as you can see, they're clearly labeled decoration. Any item in the game that's labeled decoration, that's furniture. But like this here, this crystal chair or the gourmet statues, you can see they don't stack together. So if it's got the decoration label, it's not going to stack. So while I do collect these for fun, and I get the occasional comments on my videos, oh my gosh, the cactus is going to be a pain, these cactuses do not stack. So even if I got 2 of the exact same, they would not stack with each other. I think most of this is empty. Yeah, this is just for extra space if I need it. And I've got more chests too. All right, up here is my bulk storage. These are all the items I need to craft the Statues of Endless Fortune. I have 999 stacks of sap, 999 stacks of stone, and 999 stacks of fiber. So the only thing I'm missing for my Statues of Blessing is the moss, which is why I'm collecting so much of it. So this is all of the other materials that I need already nicely tucked away. That's Leah's room. She hangs out there sometimes. Up here is my attic. This is just where I keep all of the, what do you call them? Catalogs. All the catalogs in case I want to decorate. I have the retro TV because I like it. I have 2 of these catalogs for some reason. I've got my little cow here. And this is all of the antiquated stacks. All the items in the game that used to stack or in some way stacked differently before an update changed it. What do you mean I'm the wrong way, Mew? Wrong way round? I don't know what you mean by that. I think I have the pig decal somewhere. But these all used to be void fences. I actually still have one void fence here, but we're not stacking those anymore. I don't think they quite stack in the same way anymore either. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but they don't quite work anymore. You can't really stack them anymore. My favorite stack, the void. When I updated, all of them turned into errors, and I think I was able to do it briefly in the new update, but then it got fixed out, so it no longer works. Hi, Sharkana, welcome in. Mew's not going to tell me why I'm the wrong way around. These are all of the houseplants. So these do not stack anymore. Well, I mean, the other houseplant does, but these you can no longer get. I got them this many before the update, but you can no longer get these anymore. Basically, and this is a thing here, so I can put this down. If I place these down now and pick them up... Oh, wait. That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, it reverts to the original one. So these keep their data now. They will... What used to happen is if you placed one of these down and you changed it to another one and then picked that up, it would go to that new one. And you only get one type of houseplant from the crane game. And so basically what these are is what they... You used to be able to turn that houseplant from the crane game into any other houseplant, but you can't do that anymore. Mew, I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, okay. We're doing present, that's why. Okay. So basically, I was able to get all these houseplants before the update, but you can't actually get these anymore in the game. The stackable ones, at least. You can just go to the catalog at any point and get the non-stackable ones, which are all these here. But if you just put them in your inventory, they don't stack because they're considered decoration. Okay. It's because of the change in time. I love that. All right, let me get a sip here. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I should talk about that as well, Nina. Yeah, strange capsules also used to spawn infinitely in the game. Like you'd get the strange capsules also used to spawn infinitely in the game. You would get the overnight cutscene just every once in a while. They actually used to happen a lot. It got toned down a bit, but that got changed in like a later 1.5 update, I think. So 1.5 allowed them to spawn. I mean, technically they could spawn before 1.5, but it was so rare that you never saw it. And then in 1.5 they started spawning, and they spawned too often, so CA made it so you can only get one per file. So I managed to get 3 before that happened. Statue of Perfection, you used to be able to glitch it in a way where you could get more than one of them. I got 2 just to show that I could. Actually 3, because I have one that I use on my farm, but I'm not going to cheat and use them because it was definitely not intended behavior, and you can no longer do that now. You used to be able to get iridium seaweed, but you can't anymore. This tub of flowers used to be an empty version, so if you picked up the version when it was empty in winter, it would stay empty in your inventory, but now it just reverts to being a regular tub of flowers. And I guess this is my mermaid pendant. You can technically get 2 of these at the same time, but you can never have more than 2, I think. Is that right? Maybe you can only ever have 1, but you can't get a stack of them, so... Okay, here's all my extra clothes. Whenever I get clothes, I just put them in here. So these are like all my extra hats and everything. If we come down here, I have one of every hat that I have in here. So I have a redeem that lets you change the horse's hat. So that's an option. This is just where I go to get all those hats. So one of every hat is in here, except for the one that's on the horse currently. Okay, this is my telephone. This is the sewing machine. These used to have stuff for smelting. I don't think they do anymore. Yeah. So this is where I go to smelt occasionally. I don't know why these are missing. Those should be there. Oh well. Okay. This is cooking. I have a bunch of extra stuff for cooking in case I need to like make something really quick. But I typically will just grab the stuff I need if I need to cook something. I usually also have a ton of wheat flour in here, but we are actually out at the moment. I have to go buy some. So I usually buy like 10 stacks of wheat flour at a time, and then that lasts me a while because I use that for the Q's quest for not prismatic range. Q's cuisine was what that one's called. And that allows me to get Q gems pretty quickly. I grab this coffee every day. When these are ready, these have rubies in them, which is just a way to keep up my spicy eel supply. So every day I get out of bed, I just quickly grab these statues, grab the rubies if they're there, grab the coffee, put them all in here, and I'm ready to go for the day. This is where my extra food is. So when I run out of triple shot, I can grab them from here. When I run out of spicy eel, I go buy them. Looks like I normally have some extra, but I guess I ran out. All right, down here is where I keep all of the cooking. So this is where some of the stackable items are. I think these are the only stackable items that I have finished that aren't actually on my farm at the moment. So these are all of the cooked items stacked. However, I'm going to be turning them into gold quality, which means I have to recook all of these. Luckily, I've been collecting the ingredients I need to cook all of them. And those are all throughout here. And we're not done yet. We still need a few more. But this is pretty much everything you need to cook everything. I don't need this anymore. This sign used to indicate to me when I needed to go down and tend to my kegs. I'm sorry, my casks, but the casks are no longer there because we no longer need to cask anything. In fact, they're in here. This is enough casks to fill the entire basement up. I think this is just, yeah, these are just random extra artisan items because I didn't know where to put them. I also have an extra horse flute here for some reason. Didn't know about that. Maybe I checked if they stacked. All right, we're going to take a few minutes, everybody, because my ads are playing. So we'll wait to continue until those are done. Yeah, Mew. And then additionally to that, you can see that the camera is bigger. And then also my thing over here doesn't show the entire screen. Like, you can't see the stuff over there. Because this is what I just used to present. I guess I could zoom in a little bit. Probably should have done that already. Alright. I'm going to wait the minute and 30 for everything here to settle down. And then we can continue after that. Whew, that's a lot of talking. You know what's really funny? As I've been talking here, I got another comment accusing me of being colorblind on my video. Which is very funny. We talked about that earlier on. I'll clear my Discord notifications while I've got a second here. See here. Okay, I see now. All right, ads will be over in a minute here. I know, right? That's so funny, isn't it? Oh, your comment on the void fence has got a new like. That's really funny. Just speaking it aloud summons them. Hi, Rosette, by the way. I don't know if I said hi. And hi, Witch. It's good to see you, too. It has been a while, hasn't it? Sorry, we're recording a video right now, so I haven't had a chance to say, like, hi and stuff. Hopefully you're not in ads. Oh, my voice. I took my medicine today, too, so I'm all nauseous. Hopefully that goes away kind of quickly. Makes me not want to drink tea, though. Alright, just a few more seconds here until ads will be done, because I don't want anyone who's here live to miss anything here. That would just be mean. Alright, welcome back from ads, everybody. Which, I don't know if you're still here, but it's good to see you. Sorry, I'm recording a video, so I missed it. The errors is throwing me off. Wait, on what, Mel? Did I make a mistake? Oh, the error item, yeah. I get a lot more work done. Oh, glad to hear that. Okay. Alright, so we zoomed in a little bit just to be able to see things a little better. Oh, we already talked about the cooking. We already talked about the ingredients. So yeah, I'm just missing a few of these now. And then I'll be able to cook everything. The real problem with recooking everything is I need the Q seasoning for it. And as there are 81 cooked dishes, I'm going to need 81,000 Q gems in order to recook all these dishes. And cook the moss soup, which I actually have not done yet. Because there's not really a point to doing it ahead of time. That was the only one that I hadn't made when I decided to go to Gold Star Cooking. Alright. You see, in the house here, we've got two things left. Up here, this is where I keep all of my stuff for fishing. So these are all the baits that I use for fishing. I could stand to get rid of some of them now. Like, we don't need void salmon bait anymore. We aren't going to use ice pit bait. I'm not even really sure why that's there. Maybe just for testing purposes. Yeah, a lot of these we don't need anymore. They've just been kind of slowly filling up. But, like, this is where I keep the challenge bait, which we don't have a ton of, to be honest with you. Deluxe bait, magic bait. I don't actually use magnet for anything. or deluxe bait for anything at the moment. At least I don't have any plans to. But I do use wild bait, I do use magic bait, I do use a lot of challenge bait, and I do use a bunch of targeted bait. And then these chests here just contain all of the bobbers that I use. You can see I've got some overflow for cork bobbers because I made too many, or I bought too many of them. Curiosity lures, trap bobbers, treasure bobbers, and sonar bobbers. These are the only ones that I actually use for the fishing I do in the challenge. So these are the only ones I actually need here. I buy most of these because you can. So if I can buy the bobbers, that's where I get them. Otherwise, I have to craft them or get them. So quality bobbers you have to craft. So I have to craft these every time I run out. And I do use them a lot because I'm getting iridium quality fish. A lot of the time, the best way to do that is to use quality bobbers. And then the curiosity lures I have to get from monster drops. So every time I run out of these, I have to go kill a whole bunch of mummies to refill them. It doesn't take quite as long as you might think, but it does take quite a while for sure. Especially like when I'm trying to fish. It really slows me down. And then over here, these are my, what do you call these, trinkets. These are all my extra trinkets. So I have one of each trinket in here, including the frog eggs, every color of frog egg, every level of parrot, every level of fairy box. And then these are all unique, different quivers in here. So, wait, I've got two perfects. Are they different? No, those are the same. I thought all these were unique. Oh, well. But yeah, these are all the like different unique ones. There's so many different ones, though, that I don't think I'm ever going to collect them all. But it's just kind of fun to have them here when I do get them. And these are my rings. And boots, I guess? I don't know why there's boots in here, actually. These are just supposed to be extra rings. This is where all the extra rings go. And then each one of these chests is a different kind of ring. So if we go through here, you can see all the different types of rings are in here. Like you go through, you can see all of them here, all the way up to here. There's actually one ring that I don't have any of. I think it's this one here. Yeah, this would be the immunity band if I had any. But I'm actually completely out of them right now. You get them from the volcano treasure chests, and I just don't have any. And then the glowstone ring is here. Eventually, I'm going to plan on filling up all of these, though I have not done so yet, as you can see. Some of them are full. Some of them you can just buy, like the large magnet and glow rings. I think you can buy the slime charmer ring. I just haven't bothered to do it yet because I'm still using my money for stuff. Why not put them in the dresser? Ah, that's a good question, Bobby. So the reason why I have one chest for each of the rings, because I do put them in the dresser. Any extras I have go in here. But the reason why I have one chest for each ring is because I want to eventually, this is like a side quest, this isn't part of the challenge, but I want to eventually make one of every possible ring combination. There are, I think there are 27 rings or something very close to that. And there are 28 spaces in this chest. So basically, is it 28? Hold on. 36? Hold on. It's 12, right? 12 times 3? That's 36. Okay. Basically, if I have a whole chest of all of these rings, I'll be able to make a combination of every single ring. But it's going to take a long time. I might even have to grind a little bit for some of these guys here, like the Phoenix ring and the immunity band. We're almost certainly going to need to grind for those. The rest of them, we should have enough. We have to get some more hot Java rings. But everything else is like craftable or purchasable. Oh, these guys here, actually. You have to get these from fishing chests or monster drops. Crate drops, I think. But I've been getting them pretty frequently from fishing chests, so hopefully I'll get enough from just that, and I won't have to grind any of them out. That's a side quest, that's not part of the challenge, but it has this little dedicated area to it. Math of some sort. We're also going to need a bunch of cinder shards for that. I didn't consider that. Oh well. Okay, that is everything inside the house. This is my farm. So, every morning I come out of my door, I come over here and I check the mail really quick. I usually get something useless, so I delete it. And I come grab these two things and drop them off. Okay. I have over here just like very, very common things here. We're going to go through our chests at the end, but I'll talk about these now. This is just where my shipping items go. Technically, I have a shipping bin on the very left side of the farm in case I need to ship a whole bunch of stuff for some reason, because the mini shipping bin only lets you ship 9 items. So if I have to ship more, I have another shipping bin on the left side of the farm, but I don't normally need to do that. This goes over to the left side of the farm, so if I need to access the silo to fill up any of the missing hay or the greenhouse or these barns here, that's a quick way to do that. You'll see I've got 2 meteors here. I just found it funny that they landed here, so I leave them. Oh, wow, it is off the screen. My bad. Oh, wow, that's way off the screen. Okay, I thought when I zoomed in, that fixed it. Yeah, is it enough if I didn't have enough to do with this challenge? Okay, maybe we, I guess we can see it if I zoom in this much. I'll zoom out for now, though. Just readjust the screen for this part. The problem is, if I readjust the screen, it goes off the top and bottom. It's kind of hard to explain. I think that'll be fine. When we talk about the chest individually, I'll zoom in more. But I think that part will be fine. All right. One thing I've added fairly recently, in fact, is the sap up here. So I need sap to make quality bobbers. So I just made a few trees up here for me to be able to collect sap from. So these are hardwood trees. Hardwood trees drop sap from a tapper. So I'll occasionally come up here and grab that when I need more sap. In fact, I've stored up quite a bit of it, so we'll be okay for the moment on that. These are all of my fish ponds. So everyone always asks me, why do you have these fish ponds in this weird pattern? Couldn't you fit more if you did something slightly differently? Yes, I probably could fit some more. But you'll notice that each of these fish ponds has the same thing on its diagonal. So this one got 100, and all of these have 100 slime as well. That means I only have to collect from these fish ponds that have the slime in them. I don't have to worry about collecting from the other ones. And the reason they do that is because of legacy RNG. So basically the pattern on screen follows like a knight's move pattern. So we go up and over, up and over, up and over. And so everything along the same diagonal is going to have the same gift from the fish pond. So this saves me a lot of time collecting from them, because I don't have to like search the whole farm to see, hey, do I need to grab like the 100 slime that's over in that corner? Instead, I can immediately see this one had slime, or sorry, it was this one up here had slime, this one has slime, and this one has slime. And those are the only diagonals I need to collect from. Yeah, okay, agreed with the neon green. It was a very big change when they suddenly all turned neon green. It's very bright. We will not have fish ponds for too much longer, though. We're doing a good job of basically getting done with those fish ponds. So as a result of that, we're only going to need the fish ponds for probably year 100, we'll be done with them. As soon as we're done with the red slime eggs, hopefully we will be by year 100, we can get rid of them. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to replace them. I've had them for so long now that it feels weird to get rid of them all. But there's nothing else we need from the fish ponds when we're done with the slime. So we'll see. Okay. That is the majority of the farm for the moment, as you can see. Let me go ahead and re-up my buffs. Did I not, Johuno? I thought I explained why it was a diagonal. I'll re-explain it if that wasn't clear, but did I explain that, everyone else in chat? I'm also going to miss the fish ponds. I did explain, okay. Yeah, you just got here. Yes, I did explain. We're good. My one lone Statue of Endless Fortune. This is here for a reason. This is so I can see what the daily Statue of Endless Fortune is. So basically, if I want to see if I got coconuts, because there's one day where it gives coconuts, it's Linus's birthday, so I should just memorize that, obviously. But this is a visuals check to be like, oh, it's coconut day, so I go get it. This is my 999th Statue of Endless Fortune. Down here, I have all of these coops. You aren't able to see on the far side down here, but I can open this chest that I have along the edge.
Coconuts.
Thank you, Inch. This is where I just store my extra eggs. You can't see the chest because it's slightly off screen from your view, but it's just along the side of the farm there. And then this is where all of my golden chickens are. Right now, here, I'm going to enter this one right here. This is like an example of what a golden chicken barn looks like. They produce quite a lot of eggs per day. They all have golden animal crackers, so they produce a lot. This is basically my way of making money. So I can just go through and collect them. However, I only added the rest of these coops recently, as you can probably tell by their lack of painting. I allow chat to paint my barns or coops or whatever by using channel points. But if we come in here, we're still in the process of filling this one up. Actually, this one might be done. But I haven't golden animal crackered them yet. This one's definitely not done, so we'll see. Okay. Yeah, this one's not done yet. You can see some of them are still growing. Oh, Ava unfortunately is not able to edit this one inch, so I have a new editor that Ava recommended. Ava's got like a full-time editing job right now and can't spare the time, sadly. But on the plus side, it'll get out on time because I don't have to wait for Ava. Yeah, the new editor's name is Brad, and they seem really cool so far. They're currently in the process of editing the previous video, so I assume they'll be editing this one as well. I haven't actually checked with them yet. But we'll see. All right, yep, so we got more golden chickens. Did you get all the auto petters from grinding in Skull Caverns? Yes, pretty much. Technically, I got like 1 or 2 from golden mystery boxes, but almost, and a few from monster kills, but pretty much all of them have come from treasure chests at this point. Okay. One last thing before we get to the chests. We have a mushroom tree down here. Now, technically, there isn't supposed to be a mushroom tree out of bounds here. I'm not 100% sure how it got there. There's not even a tree here, I think, on most standard farms. So I think what happened is there was a plantable spot down here, and I had a mushroom tree on the farm, and the seed spread over to out of bounds. For whatever reason, there was a plantable spot there, and as a result of that, it became a mushroom tree. And this one, by the way, this mushroom tree just recently showed up. Lightning struck and broke this spot, and the mushroom tree out of bounds spread the seed in bounds here, and I wanted to keep this mushroom tree here for fun now. I'll eventually probably get rid of it because it's a little in the way. These 2 chests down here, speaking of chests, these are our extra animal products. So this is just extras here. As you can see, I've gathered a lot of extra animal products over the years. So I just happen to have all of this stuff in here if I ever need it, but none of it is required for the challenge at this point. These iridium feet do go to Leah to keep her happy, though. Hi, Ems. Welcome in. Oh, I forgot I moved my bowl down here just to get it out of the way so I could use that area up top. So that's just one thing to mention here. Here's my doggy. And then over here, we have our golden clock, which is very prominently displayed behind my stable. This is my horsey wearing his crown. And then I also have my extra shipping bin here in case I need to ship a whole lot of stuff, because there's no limit to how many you can put in there. I can't actually get my horse out of here, but that's fine because I use my horse flute. Okay. We saw this earlier, but these are my silos. This is another golden chicken barn, or coop rather. And this is my only barn. This just has 1 cow and 1 goat in case I need the milk for anything. And then it's got a whole bunch of ostriches, which technically I don't need anymore. It would be more efficient to have a coop here, but I find it hard to get rid of it. Oh, can we not see the left side again? Oh my gosh. This is going to be quite an editing job for Brad. All right, let's see if we can... make a quick adjustment here. Okay. Pretend I just showed up here. Okay. On the left side here, we have our stable that has our horsey in it. We have our golden clock prominently displayed, so you can see it very clearly. And then we have a shipping bin here in case we need to ship anything else very quickly, because the mini shipping bin can only take 9 items. And then on the left side here, we have all of our silos. This is just where we have all of our hay. Sorry, the camera's off here, but I can't really show this side unless you see that. And in this chest, we have all of our extra hay, which we occasionally have to go to Marnie to fill up, but not really all that much. Okay. Let us fix our camera now. Okay, I have to do some actual work here to fix this camera. 1 second. We want this centered as best as we can. Okay. Let's see how that looks when we zoom. Dang. I mean, you can kind of see it. On the plus side, that doesn't look centered anyways, so why don't we, there. That looks fine. Now we can see it all. So we have one last thing to talk about. We're not done yet. We gotta go through the chests. Just do the outro. Alright, we're almost done. Okay, and then we're gonna zoom way the heck in here so we can see everything. All right, so new day because it was starting to kind of dark out, and there's one last thing for us to go over, which is why I've zoomed all the way in, and that's the chests. Okay, I did already talk about these deconstructors. Just as a reminder, I use these to complete Robin's quest each week if she asks for stone, because I can just do this, grab 1,000 stone, which would complete the quest, and then I can immediately craft it back into 4 big stone chests. Put them back in, and then it's good to go. In an hour, it'll be 1,000 more stone to be collected. So that's a really quick way to complete the quest. So here is my chest setup. So each of these chests are very important, but some of them are more important than others, as we're going to find out in a second here. But basically, I have a few things here. You can see it kind of cuts off on the side here, so hopefully that isn't too distracting from you. But behind these chests here, there's just the fence on the edge of the property here. I'm on the standard farm. I did not have a choice, by the way. People always ask me, like, why'd you pick the standard farm? When I started this challenge, there was no choice. There was only the standard farm. When I started this file, I should say. More farms got added with later updates, but I started on 1.0. Okay, right here is our statue of perfection and our statue of true perfection, which gives us iridium ore and prismatic shard each day, which you hopefully saw while I was doing that here. This is our totem. Oh gosh, what's it called? This is our mini obelisk, which if we take it, brings us over to the other side of the map, and we can go back if we need to. Just a very quick way to jump across if I need to get to my silos or anything over there. Okay. In the black chests, which go all the way down, these are all like mining resources and things related to gems and minerals. So if we start at the top here, this is where I've got all of my copper bars, gold bars, iridium bars, iron bars, radioactive bars, all the ores for all those things as well, refined quartz. I don't actually have quartz in here because weirdly that one I consider more of just like a mineral, so that kind of goes in the second chest. And then all the coal. As you can see, I mostly just keep 1 stack and 1 extra. I have a few extra coal in here, but I will need those pretty soon anyways. Because down here, we have all of our geodes, all of our gems, and some of our minerals. The minerals that you can just find in in the mines. So things like earth crystals, quartz, fire quartz, frozen tears. The ones you can just find on the ground are in here. So we go down here. This is my extra chest. So this is anything that like goes over the typical amount that I would keep in the normal chest. So I just put everything in here. You'll see this is a recurring theme because I like these stackable chests to look pretty clean. Like these are all the items that fit in that category. Hey, look, they're all here. I have a stack and a little extra. Same here. And then these are all the extra stacks basically. So we have a bunch of extra cinder shards, prismatic shards, a few of the gems, a few bars, a bunch of ore as well. Okay. And then these are all the minerals that you get from geodes, and I didn't get them from geodes. I got a few from geodes, and then I did the rest in the crystallariums because you can just repeat them from there. So we've got all of these here. A bunch of people always ask me about the gold quality quartz, by the way. This is a good time to bring that up. Gold quality quartz is no longer available in the game. In fact, this should probably go in my antiquated stacks chest, technically. And I could put it over there, but it looks nice in here. But I didn't actually gather this much gold quality quartz, because if you put a gold quality quartz or any quality mineral, although they aren't available anymore at all, into a crystallarium, it puts back out a gold quality or any quality mineral as well. So this is kind of a way. So even though I had only a few left over, I was able to make a whole stack of them for fun. Okay, and that's all the black chests there. They're like minerals and such like that. On this side here, these are my monster drops. So we've got our slime eggs, we got our dragon's teeth, we've got galaxy souls. Squid ink I technically consider a monster drop, even though you can also get it from fish ponds. It just fits better in here, I think. Bat wings, bug meat, slime, solar essence, and void essence. And then this chest is also monster drops, but it's just all the extra stuff. We have a bunch of extra solar essence and bat wings in here. Yeah, let me take a second here. We got lots of talking to do. All right, down here in the slightly gray chests, these are our resources. So you can see I include algae and seaweed and the jellies in here as well, even though they're kind of like fishing items. They fit better as resources in my opinion, because they're not like labeled fish like the fish are. So I ended up putting them in here. I've got things like bone fragments and battery packs. The things that are actually labeled resources are in here. And I also include the tapper products as resources as well, even though they're technically artisan goods, just because they're used in so many crafting recipes. Okay, on the left side here, this is where I keep all the extra stuff. You can see we've got a bunch of batteries from over the years. Got a bit extra hardwood, a lot of stone. When the stone gets too much, I start turning it into ladders, just because I have so much of it and I don't need any more. And then a few other things as well. This far side here is just reserved for one thing though, and that is clay. We have almost an entire double chest of clay, and I have no real reason to get rid of it, so I've just been kind of collecting it as we go. I actually have more if you remember back earlier in the video in the dig site farm. Okay, down here, these are all of our artifacts and books. So here's all of our artifacts here. I'm using the stars as a space filler as well here. And this completely cuts out. So basically, if I bring artifacts here and I press this, any extras will not go in. It'll just fill in the ones I'm missing. So these are all, this is every artifact in the game, very conveniently. And this is all of the books. Unfortunately, as you might be able to just barely make out here, if I were to add all of these books, because this is one of every book in here, into here, it just barely does not fit. Because this is almost 2 rows, and this uses up all but the last row and a bit here. So as much as I would like to combine that all into one, it doesn't all fit into one chest. So I just decided to separate out the books into their own chest. Technically, I should space filler all the rest of this as well, but it's not really necessary for me to do. So this is every book in the game. You can see I've finished quite a few of them, but definitely not all of them. All the ones that you can buy, I'm done with, but everything else I just have to kind of get slowly over time. And then this last chest here, these are just extra artifacts. So anything else, rather than just deleting it, I just kind of throw it in here. You can see I've gotten quite a lot of some of these. I don't think I'm up to 2 stacks of any artifacts, but I'm pretty close on a few of them. Okay. All right, down here, these are some of the more impressive stack chests. Well, not this middle one, but these are kind of all the craftables. So these 2 are craftables, and this one is decorations. I kind of just keep them in the same place, though. So here are our big craftables. Some of these technically aren't craftable, but I consider them kind of like machines. So I want to put them all in the same chest. So we've got all the ones here. So some of these craftable items required a lot of work, such as the ostrich incubator. And even though I'm not done with it, like the deluxe worm bin, and the worm bin in general was pretty bad. You see I have a little extra on worm bin here. That's because I need to craft these into these. So this is the remaining amount I need to craft into there, and it's going to require moss, which I just don't have yet. So I've been slowly doing that. But a lot of these required a lot of work, but most of them are done. You might see a few of them that should be done but aren't, such as the heavy tapper and the fish smoker. Both of these are done, but I'm currently using the machines in other places. I still consider them done though, because I can just pick those machines up at any time and bring them back over here. So even though it doesn't look pretty, eventually that will be fully filled up. Yeah, moss is a pretty huge thing in 1.6. It's required for a lot of stuff. All right, so you might notice there are, well, let's put this back in there. You might notice that there are a few things missing from this this group here. I specifically brought out every path and every lighting option and put them in a separate chest. So like these are all the lighting options, and then all the pathing and fences are here as well. And I call these kind of like infrastructure and lighting, just to kind of have it as a separate category, because these are a little different from the other ones. But yeah, that's where all these are. And then finally, these are our decoration items. Most of these you can buy. Some of them you cannot. You can very clearly see which ones we can't buy. Oh, actually, we can buy the tea set now because they're the ones that are not done. Everything that's purchasable is finished. Here's our houseplants that we get from the crane game, and you can see they're very close to being done. All right, let's go back to the top. And this is our Junimo chest, just in case I need any tools. This is my like extra stuff chest. So these are like other tools. If I like need the slingshot for Skull Caverns or my different weapons, if I'm not using this one. Like this is my Crusader weapon for killing mummies. So I'll grab that one if I need it. This is the Iridium Needle. This is going to be what I'm going to use to kill the children. It sounds so bad. The cursed dolls in the witch's hut. I'm eventually going to use this. I have to re-roll the crit chance a few more times to get a better outcome. But this one's pretty good as it is. But that's going to allow us to kill the cursed dolls very quickly. If I need like food or healing, sometimes I use life elixirs. But I've been using these roasted hazelnuts recently, and they've been perfectly fine. Perfectly adequate for what I've been doing. The poor children. Nothing's wrong with the children. All right. These are my special items. So these are the like kind of gift items or consumable items. Actually, most of the consumable items are over here. As you can see, we've got all of our totems and everything in here. Q seasoning, butterfly powder, some of like the rarer things you can go buy. And then over here, these are kind of like the gifted items. So the movie tickets are in here, even though they don't technically need to be. But like things like golden bobbers, the shorts, the void ghost pendants. These are like the really rare items that no one even thinks about stacking. But technically they do stack, so I have to collect them. And yeah, the consumables are in here. Up here, I've got green for vegetables. So these are all the vegetable items. I have not cleaned these up as much as I have with the other ones, but technically these are in alphabetical order. So we go from amaranth to garlic, and then from green bean to squash, and then down here we have taro until yam. So I kind of split them up evenly between alphabetical items, and then the red down here is the fruits, and I've done the same thing for them. So I used to have a separate chest for tree fruits, but then I just figured, well, I'll just mix them in. It's not a big deal. So all of these are alphabetical, from ancient fruit to crystal fruit, then from grape to pomegranate, and then from, oh, this one's kind of weird, powder melon to wild plum. But sweet gemberry isn't technically considered a fruit, although I consider it a fruit. So it doesn't have the fruit tag, but I still put it here because it's definitely a fruit. Question, has fishing been the best way to get golden animal crackers? For now, yes, but I'll get enough from golden mystery boxes, and from killing the liberated children in general to get golden mystery boxes. I'll get plenty from just that. I'm going to use about half of these to finish up the rest of the golden chickens. So eventually I'm going to have a lot less of these next time we check, unfortunately. All right, I'll do the rest up here as well. These are all of the forge. Sorry, kill. Liberate, of course. These are all the forge items. So everything in the game that's labeled forge is in here, except for the mushrooms, which are in this chest over here. So these are all the mushroom stacks. These are all done. So everything in here is completed for both of these. I have a bunch of extra common mushrooms. I don't know what to do with them, so they're sitting in there for now. Okay. Over here, these 4 chests are all the seeds. So the bottom here are the seeds in alphabetical order. So all the way from amaranth seeds to mixed seeds, and then from parsnip seeds down to yam seeds. So these are all the seeds in the game, a stack of each of them. Most of these were purchasable, some of them were not. The only one that's not done in both of these chests is the mixed flower seeds, and that's because it's so new. Technically, I could grind it out, but I'm getting enough over time that there's no real reason to force it. Okay, up here we have all of our fertilizers. So these are all the fertilizers in the game, including the tree fertilizer. And then over here are all the tree seeds. So this one looks a little weird right now. I also have the grass starter in here because I wasn't really sure where to put it. I consider it a seed, but I guess it's not technically a tree seed. They got the tea saplings, we got all the acorns, mahogany seeds. We're not done with the mossy seeds yet, but eventually they'll fill up here. These took a long time, the mystic tree seeds. And then technically speaking, all of the fruit tree seeds would be here too, except they're currently all on the island, which you saw earlier. So all of those are getting converted into iridium, and then they'll be put back in here. All right. Those are all the seeds. These 2 purplish chests in the middle are all of our artisan goods that aren't things that you put into an artisan machine. Kind of hard to explain, actually, because those are down there, and we'll talk about those later on. But you'll see when I look at it. So these are like all the honey, the cloth. I guess you do put them into artisan machines, but it's not like the big ones. Things like the... I guess pale ale doesn't belong in here anymore, but this is just extra that I have. All the mayos are in here. Technically, this is extra wine as well. I might need to clean this up a little bit. Same with extra green tea, because I moved a bunch of these around and I never actually like cleaned it up afterwards. So this is just kind of extra artisan goods, and then a few of them in here as well. And then this one is all the animal products. So this is one stack of every animal product, most of which are iridium, some of which are not iridium yet, but they will be at one point. We just have to grind it out. Okay, down here is all the flowers. I actually put all of the stackable flowers in this chest here. So this is all of them. This is every stackable flower in the game. I've got one for each color as well. You can see the non-iridium ones are the ones you buy from the cart. So I have all of the flowers in here, and then all the rest of these flower chests, these are just extra stacks of flowers, which we could probably narrow it down a little bit, but I'm kind of happy with it taking up 3 chests. All right, these light blue chests here, well, these top light blue chests here are all the fish in the game. So I recently separated these out a little differently here, but we'll talk about these darker blue chests first, because these are also fish related, but a little different. These top ones are like bait, some of the baits, and some of the other fish related items that aren't technically fish. So sea urchin, rainbow shells, nautilus shells. I have to keep them close to the fish, I feel like, because they are like fish items, but they are technically slightly different. And these are the normal baits, we'll call them. These are the regular baits. And then down here we have all of the targeted baits. So this is every single targeted bait in the game, all stacked to 999. In here we have all of the iridium fish in the game that I've finished so far, and some that I'm still working on. So this is a stack of every iridium fish, or it will be. These up here are flooring. These are just to fill space, so that when I press this button, if I have any extra, it doesn't go into the chest. And then these are going to eventually be all of the smoked iridium fish in the game. You can see I've already smoked all of these here, and these are the ones that are waiting to be smoked. Once I get enough of them, we'll smoke these as well. All right. These are all extra fish over here as well. So this is just any extra fish I have go in these chests here. I had to pin down a few of them because we had a little too much. All right, this chest down here, this first stone chest, is trash. So this is where all the trash items go. We've got like the rotten plant and both the rotten plants, and then all of the trash items here. We also have a random radish juice in here. I don't remember why, but it's there now, so it's gonna stay there. I think this is just extra and I didn't know what to do with it, so I put it in here. This is all extra craftable items, because they don't fit in that chest over there to the side, so they're in here instead. So this is just all the extra ones I have. I do use this chest quite a bit though, because sometimes I need more crystallariums or deconstructors or dehydrators for stuff, or kegs. So I can just come in here and grab them if I need them. This is all of the weapons in the game. I'm still missing a few. I think of the spouse weapons. I think I'm just missing one spouse weapon, although I don't remember which one. But this is all of the other weapons in the game. I feel like maybe I'm missing a few. I have to go double check. It's not part of my challenge, but I just thought it'd be kind of fun to have them out here. This is all the rings and all the boots. So this is one of every ring in the game. Do I even have... I still don't think I have the immunity band in here. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. So I do have one here. And then I've got all the boots here as well. You know what's really funny? If you guys have seen Wand of Sparking's video where he had to get every item in the game and had to get the work boots, I actually fished up one of the work boots. You can buy them now in 1.6, but this is one of the ones I fished up. I think I replaced it with the one I fished up because I thought it was funny. So I did get that one from fishing. Okay, this is all the roe in the game. The only two I'm not done with are squid and midnight squid, but everything else is here. And if we go down one more, this is all the aged roe in the game. Again, midnight squid and squid are the only two that are not done. Okay, the ones along the bottom here, these are all of the artisan goods that you can make in kegs, dehydrators, or jars. So this is all the jarred roe. This is all the jarred jelly and pickles. This is all of the kegged juice and wine. You can see I've made all of the wine in the game iridium as well. That took a lot of fairy dust to do, but I wanted it to be iridium because it looks nicer. Same with the beer up here. And you can't age anything else, unfortunately. And this is all the dehydrated goods. Okay, and that is all of my chests, except for this one. This is just my extra diamonds. I didn't know where else to put them, so they're in here. I got a lot of diamonds when I was collecting from Statues of Endless Fortune. So this is emergency money if I need it, basically. Because I don't need these for anything else. If I need money in a pinch, though, I can easily come sell these diamonds if I need to. Just bring them to Clint's and sell them. Okay, And that is all of the chests in my 999 challenge. Okay, I'm going to recenter the screen really quick before we do our outro. Is that centered? Looks a little centered. I don't know, chat, is that centered? I gotta control click to move it. Oh, yeah. That looks centered, right? Oh, how does that look? Good now again. Okay. We'll leave it like that. All right. Let's zoom out a little bit more now. Parrot, get out of my way. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a lot about my farm from my farm tour and got to see everything that was in each of the chests. I tried to answer as many questions as I could today because I know a lot of people have questions about the farm, like why I have things, the places I do, and why I have things like the places I do and whatnot. And I thought this would be a good way to have a video where I can very easily point to the video and say, I explained it in there. Not that I mind questions in stream and whatnot, but this is just a very good way to completely do that. But thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys all in the future. Bye, everybody. All right, perfect. Woo! Yeah, I know, right, Mantis? People ask me all the time. We're not actually leaving, by the way. Yeah, bye, YouTube. All right, we're gonna stop recording and then start recording again. There we go. I'll ask the questions for everybody. All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I was focused there. Sweet, is it Tiski? I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I was locked in. How was Halloween? I had a good time. I mostly just kind of gave out candy, which was nice, but we didn't get very many kids this year, which is sad. Our neighborhood is all grown up now, so not many kids come by anymore. We got a few, though, and they got to take as much candy as they wanted. Then the first E isn't there. It's a very Dutch name, so it's Saitski? I was pronouncing it like it was Japanese, so that's my bad right there. Sweet is fine, too? We'll go with sweet, then. Kinda? Yeah, we'll go with sweet, then. You can tell me how to pronounce it, though, and I can write it there if you want me to. Because I can change people's names from my perspective, and that lets me say their names. Remember how to say it. I can add like a pronunciation guide. Tay, thank you so much for the 10 stream streak. We are going to take a break here in a second. I just want to make sure everyone's doing cool. Hilariously, while I was recording that, Brad, who's my new editor, just sent me the final version of the other video. I didn't know how long it was going to take, but that's quicker than I expected. So I'm going to take a look at that in a bit, after stream, obviously, and see if that's ready to go. It probably still will not be uploaded until later in the week, probably like Friday is my guess. Because I have to like set up the description and also get captions and stuff done. I'll see if Sapling can do captions or not. Oh, thank you, sweet. Yeah, I very much enjoyed this challenge for sure. Okay, we're gonna restart the day anyways. Whew. That was surprisingly tiring to go through and do all that. All right, we are gonna take a quick break here, everybody. I have to go use the restroom, and maybe like clear my head a few times. Maybe grab a quick little snack too. So we will go ahead and take a break here. I'm gonna go over here though, so we can go to our regular Stardew thing. And we will be back in probably about 10 minutes or so. Just a quick little break. I'm probably just gonna eat something real fast. Yeah, deep breaths. And I'll see you guys when I get back. BRB, everyone. I'm back. Hi. Hopefully y'all didn't miss me too much. I had some buffalo chicken dip, which isn't much of a lunch, but it certainly filled me up. Hi, Jess. I missed you too. Jess, your run was so good last night. If y'all didn't see it, Jess ran a, what would you call it? A race of, oh gosh, how do you say the bug game's name? Something Park. It starts with a K. Kabuto? That sounds right. Park over on GD Queer last night, and it was wonderfully done. Kabuto. I think I said that right. Woo! Yes. Did you have a good time? You look like you had a lot of fun. Hi, Jess. Yeah, if you're not following Jess, Jess does a whole bunch of speedruns and plays some cozy games and Metrovanias, so you should definitely go check out Jess's stream. Go give Jess a follow. Jess is one of my bestest friends. Whew, you missed us. We just recorded a whole video. I'm still recovering. It's a lot of work, surprisingly. All right, but I think... Oh, you're too sweet. I think it's time to actually play year 96, because we haven't done that yet. We've been on day 1 of year 96 for like a week now. I don't even know what I want to do. I guess we're gonna find out. That's a good point, Mel. I'm sorry, I'm going back to a post like 10 minutes ago here. I had no Halloween plans besides hanging out in Discord with pals. Did we play the Stardew Valley board game on Halloween night? Was that Halloween night? I think it was. That was really fun, actually, though. Mainlining buffalo sauce? Buffalo chicken dip has chicken in it. Oh, did I say sauce? It's just a dip. If you look it up, basically it has chicken mixed in. It's like shredded chicken. It's really good. You basically just take chips and dip it in there. So I use tortilla chips and just dip it in there. It is a dip. Yeah, it's like mixed, it's like buffalo sauce, blue cheese, and like chicken mixed together. There's a bit more stuff in there too, but I don't remember exactly what. And it's just like a solid dip. You just like dip the chip in and then eat the chip with it. Gotcha. Okay. It's very good. It's like one of my favorite things. Good morning, Leah. That was some raid ring in the new year, wasn't it? There's a butterfly. I thought it was a person. All right, let's do our morning stuff. Ooh, we got a fried calamari. Forgot how to play this game. You was right. I was right. Hey, a child. Our new waffle iron was made in West Germany. Well, that's exciting. That's how you know it was good, because it was made at least 20 years ago or 30 years ago, and it still works. They don't make them like that anymore. Sunfish Frenzy. It was funny, you guys couldn't see, but every single time we restarted the day, that Frenzy would appear in the bottom corner. Because it was off the screen during our first bit there when we were recording, because of how the screen works. 35 plus years, yeah. Crips, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Blinksy, I just saw last night after my stream that you're gonna be on Girly Pop. That's so exciting. I can't wait to watch you stream. It's gonna be so fun. How are you doing, Blinksy? If y'all don't know the Blink of the Sea, Blink is an absolutely amazing streamer here on Twitch. Make sure you go give Blink a follow. What are you currently working on? Red Slime Eggs is one of the things we're working on, which is why we're filling this up right now. Hopefully we get some eventually. So we're working on these red slime eggs. Today in general, I think we're going to start working on Sunfish again. I'm giving my life over to Twitch for November for it. I'm very excited to get more Blink streams. Whatever gets you streaming makes me happy. My day is going really well. We recorded a video earlier, which was really good. It turned out really well, I think. I'm going to have to check that out a little bit later. So yeah, we're going to do Sunfish today once we get time to. I think we already have a stack, don't we? Sunfish. S is for sun. Oh, we're 20 away. So we'll finish our first stack of Sunfish today. You you missed the YouTube video. Yeah, we spent the first half of stream recording. It took like an hour and a half to record it, which was longer than I expected. All right, Monday. Let's go do our Monday tasks. First Monday task: grab this oyster. Hey, oyster. I already checked there earlier because of recording the video. Algo smells like flowers, like a corpse flower. Wait, that's a sunfish frenzy. I just realized I'm getting sunfish, and that's a sunfish frenzy. It's probably not going to be there by the time I go, unfortunately. I want to get my stuff done. It's okay. It would not save me that much time. That's pretty funny. We made Mel do this last night, I think. We did bingo last night with Mel and Grace. And Mel had never gotten the shorts before. Alright, we got those guys. Let's head over to the island and do our dig sighting. And Sunfish ends after a certain amount of time, right? It's not all day, I don't think. Which would make sense, it's only in the sun. There goes the sun, do-do-do-do. There goes the sun, and I'll say, it's alright. Old Queen! Thank you so much for the resubscription, Old Queen. Welcome back to the stack. Enjoy your emotes, your sub badges, and your ad-free viewing. We actually got some fossils today. Hi, Queen. Hope you're doing super well today. It was just only the once, okay. I remember you asking, like, how you get them. I just thought it was funny. Alright, let's go over here. Oh, did we get a shout out from Blinksy? I don't. Oh, we did. Okay, good Z. Good Z, we got a shout out from Blinksy. Oh, I knew there wasn't one I wanted here today. Whoops. Okay, we are no longer keeping count. I've decided rather than doing Stackvember, we're just gonna call it. Y'all won. Congrats. During this month, we should do our charity streams and whatnot. Things are going really well. We recorded a video earlier, so we're actually now currently just finally playing our first day of of the year. Oh, it goes in here. No more keeping count forever. Yeah, it saves me a little bit of mental space too. All right, we're going to go catch some sunfish. Let's see how we're gonna do that. I think the decision was to do challenge bait, preserving, you and you. And we're probably gonna need at least that, and at least that. And we'll see how that goes. And where do we fish? Let's see if this is still here. No, it's gone. Alright, we'll go to our normal river fishing spot. I think that'll be best. Hey, Snack. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Alright, if we don't get a sunfish, we cancel. I don't have my fishing buff. Huh. Is that gonna be a problem? Yeah. Let's go grab that. It's been a while since I played. I forgot things. It's going well. It's going well. We're on the first day of year 96. And we're gonna go fishing. Fishing for sunfishes. I should check what time sunfish stop, too. Because whenever sunfish stop, we're going to have to go switch to something else. Oh, didn't we want to fish in town, actually? I don't think it mattered. I think it was the same chance. I just remember there's a lot of chub here, and I don't want to see them. 7 p.m. Thanks, Crips. I figured it was somewhere around there. There's our sunfish. 100 years too soon. Said Spoon. Yeah, year 100 soon. Although, soon is a relative term. We're going through years at like 1 year a month at this point. We'll see if we can't do better, though. Haley's taking pictures of me. You don't mind, do you, Leah? Anything planned for that? We're going to do an audit. And we're also going to do a history of the 999 challenge video once we hit year 100. It's going to be called 100 Years of the 999 Challenge or something. Okay, why are there so many chubs? Game, please. I thought sunfish was more likely. Okay, hold on. We're bringing out the calculator. Let's figure this out. Okay, we're gonna go to Cinder 4. We're gonna be using challenge bait, although that hardly matters. Okay, chub is 33, sunfish is 21. Well, sort of, actually. Yeah, so there's an equal chance of sunfish and chub. And yet, we're only getting chubs. Okay. Just good to know game. Actually, we're up to 14. Still equal chance. We're canceling other fish. Oh, we have this too. There we go. Yep, I mean... can't do much better than that. They just actually have to appear. I already finished them, Ray. I spent money on that already, we're good. When is Windows gonna learn that I don't want breaking news on the bar of my Windows bar? Please just tell me the weather, only. I don't even want to know what they are. Also, it says breaking news, so I'll click on it. I'm not gonna click on it. You can't make me. Are the items on the bottom row up to date? No, they are not. Good point. I just need to remove 2 of them. The first 2 are done. Lunch break time! Yay, Mel! What are you gonna have? Is it Culver's? It might be Culver's. Culver sounds real good right now. Qdoba, also a good choice. I haven't actually had Qdoba in a very long time. I think they're pretty different. Raising Cane's is like primarily chicken, right? Culver's is more like meat. Although there is chicken sandwiches there. But like the primary thing you'd get from a Culver's is like a burger. They do like smashed burgers, but they like butter them up, so they call them butter burgers. They're really good. They also have really good milkshakes and cheese curds. Like you can get chicken sandwiches at Culver's. I don't even know if you can give burgers at Cane's. I've only been to a Cane's like one time. So they're not around here. Frozen custard. Concrete mixer, Mel. I sent Mel today a video about Midwestern people. And it had Culver's in it, which was very funny. Love me a concrete mixer. Do you dip your fries in it? It's decent, yeah. The one time I had Raising Cane's, it was good. Like I said, though, I don't really have that option here. We actually only recently got Chick-fil-A here, even. Dip them in the chocolate shake. Fries in a shake are good. Usually when I go to Culver's, I don't get fries, though. I get cheese curds. Honestly, I don't care for Culver's fries very much. I'm pretty picky when it comes to fries. If they're like mushy at all, I just don't want them. I'll eat them, but I don't want them. They have to be like solid, not solid. They have to have a crunch. If they don't crunch, I don't want them. I know, right, Blink? I already have enough salt in my life. Oh. Chocolate custard and cookie dough in a Reese's cups. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of hard to disagree that McDonald's fries aren't great. They're kind of inconsistent. I feel like the last few times I've had them, they've been like not good. You stay salty. Thanks, Blink. That's what I want my friends to say to me. Now, if McDonald's had seasoned fries, that would be incredible. But they don't. Seasoned fries are my faves. Oh, y'all are both talking in chat, just like not even talking to each other. How dare you? Arby's does have good seasoned fries. Yeah, Bean. It's like, I think it's very location dependent. It's like Starbucks. Every time I go to Starbucks, it's like, I hope this is one of the good ones. Hiya, Bean. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I agree, Diana. I very rarely go to Chick-fil-A. They finally opened, like, they weren't near me for a long time, but now they actually have some nearby. They do have Popeyes here, that's for sure. I think everything I get at Popeyes that isn't chicken is just awful. At least that's been the case for me. The chicken is really good, but I only ever want the chicken from there because everything else is just like subpar. Yeah, fair Bean. Take that back. Mac and cheese slaps. Okay, admittedly, I don't think I've tried their mac and cheese. Okay, that's fine, Blink. I have not tried the mac and cheese there. Maybe I should now. Dude, KFC is the worst, and they've only gotten worse as time has gone on. Like, every time I get KFC, I'm just disappointed. It doesn't even taste like chicken. It just tastes like fried grease. Oh, I love mac and cheese. Who said I didn't like mac and cheese? I'll kill him. Mac and cheese is amazing. Okay. Slightly harm them, Ray. I would not kill them. I would harm them irreparably. You can quote it, Blink. You have the power. Break their kneecaps. Who's lying about me? Yeah, mac and cheese is like one of my favorite foods. I will say, like, very plain mac and cheese, I don't typically do much anymore. But, like, the good stuff is the good stuff, you know? I just work here. Ooh. I used to get that Costco mac and cheese. Is that the one you heat up in the oven? That's, like, in the tin pan? That all you have to do is put it straight in the oven, you're good? Because I've had that before. And I haven't had it in a very long time, but I remember it being very good. Hey, Metaphysical, welcome in. Ooh, you throw in more cheese. That is the solution to make mac and cheese better. More cheese. Yeah, the chicken Alfredo comes in the same way. I've had that one before, too. Honestly, I didn't like it as much as making it myself. There just, like, isn't a ton of flavor in the Alfredo, if I remember. I haven't had it in a long time, though, so it might have changed, Blink. But, like, every time I've gotten those, the chicken Alfredo ones, I've been a little disappointed. B-dubs is a good chicken. I mean, admittedly, I do enjoy it. If I'm getting wings, I usually get B-dubs just because it's easiest. but it's also just like kind of good. It's really expensive though, but it's not as expensive as other wing places, so it's kind of worth it. It's the only thing you like from there? Maybe I just haven't had it in a long time, but I remember last time just being a little disappointed in it. Like, I kept adding, like, pepper to it to make it taste better. It's like, where's the flavor? The chicken, I remember being kind of bland, too. I make my own mac and cheese in a crock pot. Not a crock pot. But, like, me and my dad make salsa mac, which is just, like, sausage, peppers, onions, jalapenos mixed in with the noodles and mixed in with the mac and cheese. It's spicy and delicious. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about it right now. Really good shrimp Alfredo this week. Oh. Yeah, I agree, Metaphysical. Sometimes Alfredo can be like a miss because they just like don't put enough garlic or anything in it. I made some fettuccine Alfredo last week. It was so good. All right, we're out of here, by the way. That's why I've been stalling. That's our 42 fishies. I think for the rest of the day, we're going to go to the ocean here. Which means we got to switch. Real melted cheddar. Someone get the cheddar. Oh my gosh, the swaps. We need you, and we need you. Someone get the cheddar for the kappa. And we use Alfredo sauce as a base to mix in with melted cheddar. I don't think I ever have, but I could definitely do that. That sounds good. I read this in your voice so hard. Some things are just Blinksy coded. I still like the Kraft mac and cheese. It's a little flavorless, but I mean, it's good. Like, it's hard to argue that it's just kind of tasty. Three cheese tortellini and meatballs. Ooh, dino nuggets and mac and cheese. You can make the 3 cheese tortellini with dino nuggets. That is a good mix there. You don't have to go all fancy or all not fancy. You can split the dip. What am I eating for lunch? It's up to you. The world is your oyster. Probably not oysters, though. I love pasta as a side. I feel like it's not used as a side very often. It's always like the main course. Pasta makes like the best side dish. And then you don't even need bread because you already got your carbs. Man, I love pasta. Milk. Yo, same. I would take a bath in pasta if it wasn't weird. Yeah, that would be very weird. I feel like a lot of pasta sauce would probably give you a rash if it was on your skin for a long time. Like how that's the way I... That's the thing I thought about. Like, there's no way red sauce would, like, leave you unscathed if you bathed in it. Maybe Alfredo would be fine. Went to a new place in my city for wifey weekend that had pasta flights. Oh my god, what? That sounds so good. Hold on, pasta flights? I'm on my way, Mel. Is that even legal? When you come visit next year? Okay. I'm sold. You just had to say, like, pasta flights, and I would have already been on a flight there. Why am I streaming when I could have pasta flights? Might be overselling it a little bit. If I hype it up too much, I won't like it as much. Frozen, you can make the chicken and noodles, Diana. That sounds pretty good. Buttered noodles with a little parm on them are just really good. You don't have to do much work for it. It's not quite up to like fettuccine standards, but it's pretty good. And then just chicken on the side with that, with some sauce would be really good, I think. Metaphysical reading my mind before I even said it. This is the spooky fish. Okay, I'm good at this. Also, it depends on what kind of noodles you have. Is it like angel hair pasta? Is it like fettuccine noodles? Putting together a nightstand. Just grabbed a skinny pop. That's fair. Skinny pop for lunch? Lunch is the third most important meal of the day. What's your favorite pasta shape? Anything with a lot of surface area. I like tortellini more than ravioli because it's got like the spots for like all the sauce to get stuck, you know? So for filled pasta, it's definitely tortellini. For non-filled pasta, it's either bow ties or buttons. But you can almost never get the buttons anywhere, so I guess it's bow ties. If we're just talking about long noodles, though, it's fettuccine. Although I did have a carbonara recently that had, like... They were hollow noodles, but it's, like, the only time I've ever had that. But if I have an option for that, I would probably pick that over fettuccine noodles. Yeah. It's all about the surface area, because you can get more sauce on each noodle. So bow ties have a lot of surface area, because they, like, bend weird ways. Be gone. Uh-oh. Catch fish. I digest fettuccine better than thick pastas, like mastacholi or bow tie. Is that what it's called? I'm gonna look this up and make sure this is the one I meant. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember the name of it. I always call it button pasta because yeah, it looks like a button. I couldn't remember the Italian name for it, and I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. It means little ears. That makes it sound less appetizing. Yeah, but those hold sauce really well because they have like a little spot for it. It's pretty rare that I get like bow tie pasta though, I feel like. Because normally if I'm having pasta, it's either with like long noodles like spaghetti or fettuccine, or it's like a filled one like tortellini or ravioli. There are exceptions, but... that was a octopus. Ah, quick meal. Yeah, that makes sense for a quick meal. I guess I don't really have pasta as a quick meal unless it's like Insta ramen. Do you count that as pasta? It kind of is. It's not pasta. Where'd you get the list of things the raccoons will ask for? It's on the wiki. It's not called raccoons. The page is called like the big stump or something like that, to not be spoilery. And then it lists out everything they can ask for. Some things they can ask for more often. Like, I think they're more likely to ask for, like, cave carrot, pickles, or something over the other things. I don't know why. I think it's because it's seasonal, but cave carrots are available all year. Something like that. Alright. That's good enough. Whoops, wrong one. You. Oh boy! Rego, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome back to the stack for the 2nd month. Enjoy your emotes, your sub badges, and your ad-free viewing. Lovely to see you, Rego. Hope you're doing well today. Alright, we'll pick up the rest in the morning. Ooh, we're running out of time. How do you fish when you're running out of time? Just go to bed, and that could be enough. Thank you, Rego. Hope you're doing good. Pass out in the house. Thanks, Mantis. I'm glad I could help out. It'll eventually be a video. I don't know why I checked that. I did not need to check that. Check it. Hi, YouTube. That was earlier, Luke. Hi now, though. We already recorded the video. Oh, we actually need that, don't we? That should be enough. Guess we'll find out. Hi, VOD's channel. Technically true. All my videos go to the VODs, so yep. Hey, Mel, did you know you're on my VOD's channel? As of yesterday? We've probably collabed before, I just can't remember. We almost certainly have. We played bingo or something. See you in the VODs. See you in VODs. See you in VODs. Son. Don't call me son. I've got Hamilton on my mind today. Yeah. I don't know if we actually have. I can't remember. We must have at some point. Yeah, exactly. Getting recruited for a LeChat Mines run is like a guaranteed collab. That's certainly happened at some point. It's a rite of passage. This is not where I wanted to go. Whoops. Prematurely ate. Alright, we're coming over here to go sunfish fishing. Sunfish fishing. And we have 11 hours. Before we do that, let me just check my notifications, not important. Okay. That's not important. Okay, that's good. Ooh, someone posted art. It's a wonderful Sharkana. I love that. Alright, time to fish. Alright, fishing time. Fishing time! Oh, right! Duh, we played board games. Was it just once? I think we did it more than once, didn't we, Mel? I certainly meant to do it more than once. Wait, what's going on? Lee chat? Is in my chat? That's what's going on. Mel and I were trying to figure out all the times we collabed together. It's like, we almost certainly did a mines run together after getting recruited by Lee chat. Hi, Lee chat. If you're not following the wonderful, amazing, eccentric mother Lee Chaton, make sure you go do so now. Lee chat's an amazing streamer here on Twitch. And Jules is here too. Hi, Jules. How did bingo go? It went okay. We didn't do the best. All of us threw a little bit. Some of us more than others. Nah, it was fun though. We had a great time. We definitely lost the plot a little bit by the end. We were not smack talking. What? This is not what was happening. We only had good things to say. Please. Oh, let's catch this. Fireheart, welcome in, by the way. I missed you until just now. Hope you're doing well. Now that Lee Chat and Jules are parents, they're up at weird hours, and I get to see them in Algo stream and play. So that's great. I didn't consider that, yeah. And you're up at weird hours just because... I work nights. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I was just messing. Oh, man. I might have to go take a Tums. I'm starting to get a little nauseous. I do have to tutor tonight, so I can only stream for about another hour or so. But we'll push through as long as we can here. Oh, I need that. Or I want that, rather. 6 hours. 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Wow. That's nights. Do you have to get up at 9 a.m. or is that just when you naturally wake up? I went to bed pretty early last night for the first time in a while, and I was glad for it. I really needed the rest. Some people have been keeping me up late. Stream streak! Yeah, I saw they finally released it to everybody, Lee Chat. So I can get a Lee Chaton stream streak now? Oh my gosh. Would. Thank you for the 10 stream streak, Lee Chat. Who could that be? Some people keep me awake as well. Well, you're beholden to that one. My body has never slept more than 6 hours unless I'm exhausted or 6. Oh, really? That's interesting. You like instantly, immediately do that then, huh? Yeah, I was super tired last night. I'm glad I got some good rest. I slept like a full 8 hours for the first time in a while. Woke up naturally. Always feels good. Still felt exhausted after today. Yeah, that's fair. So you have a very specific amount of sleep you need. You need to hit exactly 6. Do you nap at all ever, Diana? I know some people can't nap because it just like doesn't work for them. I love naps, but they have to be kind of long, so it's usually not worth it. Hey TK, welcome in. Homesick? Oh no. Sorry to hear that. Had to leave when you're talking about food, made me nauseous. Oh, I'm sorry, TK. We'll try not to mention food, although, admittedly, I can't make any promises with this chat. Yeah. I'm sorry that you're feeling nauseous. I'm feeling nauseous too, actually, but probably not as bad as you are. I have a medicine I take every Monday that makes me pretty nauseous. Although, I've gotten more used to it over time. It's just usually Monday and a little Tuesday where I feel it, and then I'm good for the rest of the week. Weirdly, it reminds me of chemo, where I had to do chemo every 2 weeks back when I had cancer. Or when I was getting treated for it. And it's like, you'd feel bad for the first few days, and then you'd get used to it by the end of it. And then you'd be dreading the next application of it. Treat, no treat. Napped yesterday with a migraine. Oh, I'm sorry. 45 minutes. I thought I was going to be close to Blade stream time. Woke up in the morning to find it was an extra hour earlier now. Oh, yeah. Daylight savings time. I changed my clock for daylight savings time. And then the clock changed itself. Which I didn't realize it did. It was very funny. It like went back. It went back another hour, so then I had to put it forward an hour. Hear about those meds, yeah. Hope you feel good. They went back and we went back. Everybody's going back. It's like, it varies a little bit based on location. So like US is one day, I think the UK is a different date. Which I understand why it's hard to standardize that, but it's also really annoying. That it's different all around the world. All around the world. Going yada, yada, yada. Take something similar once a month. I gotcha. Yeah, mine's completely elective, so I'm choosing to do this to myself, but it's worth it. I'm gonna take a drink. I was with you when you were looking at the clock when it happened, I believe, Mel. It was very funny. Oh, yeah. Speaking of me being stuck awake late at night. Early. Not sure when I can catch Blade live. Yeah. It's tough. I've been kind of just like going off the vibe that if I happen to be awake when Blade is live, I'll watch Blade. It worked out a few times so far. We did have fun. We should play the board game again. It was fun to just like chill and play board games off stream. We should find other ones too. I love the Stardew game, but there's other good board games. I told you guys about Wingspan. That's a really fun one. It's also not that complicated. It's got really cute art. Yeah, Wingspan's about bird watching, sort of. It's about getting points, but birds are involved. Terraforming Mars is amazing, but it's really hard to explain, and it's also like super in-depth. I would play the heck out of that with like other board game nerds, but I don't know if I could justify playing that with someone who only mostly likes board games. It's not that bad. I mean, if you got to it, Lee Chat, maybe. Okay. Wait, Jules and Lee Chat, you both play Terraforming Mars? We should play that. Yeah, Splendor is really fun. That's a very straightforward game too. Lee Chat, when are you next available to play board games? When is that child gonna be fully grown and moved out? Let's do it now. 18 years? Ooh, Gloomhaven's really fun. The nice thing about Gloomhaven is that you can play the online version. And it does all the math for you. But the board game one is also amazing. Have you been thinking about getting Frosthaven, Diana? Because that's the new one, right? Or new-ish. It's like years old now at this point. But honestly, if you do have free time and you're interested, let me know. Lee Chat Jules. I would love to play Terraforming Mars again. It's been a long time since I played it. What are you fishing for right now? Say, sunfish. This is the best way, even though we have to cancel all of the even though we have to cancel all of these lovely chubs we're getting. This is still the fastest. Do you have it on Steam? Oh, I forgot it's a Steam game. I do actually have it on Steam. I also have played it on Tabletop Sim, but yes, you can play it on Steam. Just straight up has the version. I forgot. I used to play with random people, which was not very fun, actually. More fun to play with people you want to play it with. Alright, let me get some water here. Second edition came out. Bestie buys new stuff anyway. She has everything we play Sunday evenings. Nice! Yeah, Gloomhaven and Frosthaven are basically just like D&D campaigns that have more structure to them. You don't need a DM, technically. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Mads. Good to see you. Sunfish will be done with before the end of spring. In fact, it probably won't even take that long. I love the Tinkerer. I feel like I've only ever played the Tinkerer. I've got to try the other ones. I played the Tinkerer and the Brute only in Gloomhaven. Yeah, that was so fun, Mel. What do you mean somehow convinced me? You're like, this is like my favorite game from my childhood. And I was like, of course we're gonna play it. It was actually pretty fun. It was really hard to hear in that room though, because it had that like weak speaker. You had to like put your ear up to it to hear it, and it was crowded in the room. Definitely not a gnome. I would have just gone with not a gnome. Have you seen our board game collection? I somehow haven't, Lee Chat. You should send me a pic. I'm very curious. Everyone say hi. I'm taking a picture of stream. No one's saying hi. There we go. There we go. That's good. That's not how you spell that word. That's okay. Sorry. Cassie pick. Thanks for the Cassie pick, Jess. How many fish left do you get in how many fish left do you have to get in total? Oh, we can check actually. It's a good question. We have a number that we can figure out. I'm always so excited to get my Cassie pick every day. It's like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be Cassie. Alright, we can do math. Let's figure this out. Out of all the choices we had, I'm down to do most things, honestly. It's not hard to convince me to play a board game with you. $61,000 more fish are required. No, you're fine, Mantis. I need 61,000 more. And yeah, you can see which ones. So this is all updated now, so basically it's all these. Most of them are ocean fish. And a few of them are shells that we still need to get. Oh. Sorry, Chat just sent the picture of the board games. Chat, I can't access that. I guess if you forward a message from a Discord you don't have access to, it doesn't let you see that. Wait, how can... I don't want to discuss this. Let's fish a few more times. In our last scenario, my bestie took 5 sources of lethal on turn 3. It was out for the whole scenario. Yep. That's Gloomhaven, baby. Yeah, Tinker does have a huge card pool, which is why I really like them. A lot of their cards exhaust really quickly, but if you can avoid using those until later, you can last a long time. Just a screenshot. Okay. Oh man, you guys have a huge connection. It's like collection. Connection? Wait, you guys have Gloomhaven too? Oh my goodness. You have 2 Gloomhavens. I assume that's the expansion. It's not open though. Yeah, these are good choices for sure. Oh, I love Sushi Go. Gosh, I forgot about so many of these games. I don't know how I didn't know you're a board game nerd, Lee Chat. This is ridiculous. How did I not know this? You and Jules. Oh, I love Taboo. Oh gosh, there's so many good ones. Okay, I'll look at this more later while I'm not streaming. Hate working nights. Yeah. Alright. Back to fishing. Sorry. I keep getting distracted by cool stuff. Oh, different kinds of fish I have to finish. 35. Okay. You checked for me? Thank you, Mantis. Yeah, which means I've done more than half of them. I beat you, Piano, and Jules at Catan. That's true. That's true. I don't actually love Catan that much. I enjoy it, but it's almost like Monopoly for me, where it's like... I just don't enjoy it very much. I like it more than Monopoly, mind you. Squirrel! Catan's like one of those games where it feels like I can work really hard and try to win, and it kind of just doesn't matter sometimes. It feels like the things I try to do just don't work out sometimes. It's just not possible. Still enjoyable for sure, though. The die rolling mechanic is just maybe a little too random for my taste. I feel like I've had entire games where we didn't roll a 6 the entire time we played. Which is just hilarious. Piano is so salty. Piano is like, played that game competitively. I remember that, yeah. Oh, that's right, we did play that one time. We did. I mean, it's a good place to play board games, you know? I don't know if there's like a board game place at TwitchCon, but it wouldn't be as good just because it's only a few days. You just don't have time. But like at SGDQ, it's like a good way to hang out with people. Oh, what am I doing? There's no sunfish right now, Algo. No sunfish till Brooklyn. $99 sunfish. Oh, this is an annoying thing to switch out often. Yeah, and now that I'm going to AGDQ, we can play more board games. Oh, I don't think I've told anyone that yet. I'm going to AGDQ! Woo! I don't know if I'm going to be there every day. I have to figure that out still, but I did buy me tickets, so... Alright, thanks so much for hanging out, TK. I hope you feel better soon. Get some good rest. Yeah, they have a board game room at AGDQ too, right? I actually don't think I've ever been to AGDQ, so I might not know that. I assume they will, though. Yeah, I saw that, Lee Chat. I'm so excited for Gabby. That's so awesome. I know a bunch of people that are going to be volunteering there, too. Although, unfortunately, by the time I decided to go to AGDQ, the volunteer stuff was all closed. So I can't apply to volunteer for anything. So I'm just going to be sitting there, twiddling my thumbs. I know, me too, Mel. I didn't decide to go early enough. Oh, by the way, we are going to have ads in a second. I do apologize. I'm just going to let them play as I fish here, though. Ooh, I'm running out of energy. Not enough Vespian gas. Is the games list finalized for AGDQ now? I think they'll still add some more, right? Like, it's not completely final? Because I think there's a second submission period, right? You can work my day job if you get bored. I don't think I'll be that bored. There's always plenty to do there. The funny thing is, when you get bored at a GDQ, the thing you do is go watch runs in the stream room. So it's like no way to actually get bored. Okay, so they only add games from the second submission period. Fish. A herring. I also forgot to mention this earlier, but I bought a crochet gotcha from a cross stitch, not crochet, cross stitch gotcha from Yumicon where I was at. And I kind of assumed it was like already done for some reason, but it's not. So I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to cross stitch. I don't think there's anyone in this community that can teach me how to cross stitch though, so I might be out of luck. Mel cross stitch doesn't have quite the same ring to it. I know, right? I think it's because I was reading Mel's name, which threw me off. Silksong and maybe a few others. Hades also came out, so that could be on there too. Hades 2, Silksong. What other games came out in like the last 2 months? Well, I've done neither, Mel, so that might be part of why I can't tell the difference between the two. Grace Cross. It was... I'm joking because half the people in this chat are currently cross-stitching right now as they're listening. It's very common that someone will be like, lurking while I cross-stitch here. Oh, Hades 2 is already on the game list. I guess it had the beta, so that might be why. It came out after Silksong, though. By like a month. Another glaive. It's funny that they call them like Neptune's glaive when they're clearly swords. Hi, Sweeney, welcome in. We've just been plugging along. We're only on day 2 because the first half of stream we were recording a video, which I think turned out pretty well. I don't know. I can never tell. Oh, that reminds me. I have to commission a thumbnail from Onion as well. Getting the sunfish is much more exciting. It's amazing like how much it improves my mood to get 3 fish at a time rather than 1 fish at a time. It's all about the numbers. I know you do, Caddy, by the way. I saw your message. Blobfish. Oh, we didn't get the chest. Dang it. I thought this would almost be out. Huh, guess not. We'll call this the last fish. Alright, let's put it all away. How are we doing on numbers, by the way? My blobfish is the holdup, right? Yeah, Midnight Squid's at 412, Spooky Fish 334, and blobfish is about 300. So we are... Hold on. Oh. We are 15% of the way done with ocean fish. Yay! That's not entirely true, because we'll have to get the rest of the ocean fish after. But this method of ocean fishing, we are 15% of the way done. It's actually pretty good. That's better than I thought. Meowdy. Hello, Marcos. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day so far today. I guess we'll come back for the stuff we need. Oh. I didn't actually finish this quest. Let's do that now. $160 times 15. We like it. Oh, we got a sneakers. Sounds good to me. It seems like we're slowly gaining slime, which kind of surprises me. I thought we would be losing it over time. The chest thing was genius? Which one was that, Mantis? I know I'm a genius, but which time? Hey, we got some red slime eggs today. Finally. Been 2 days without them. I think we're averaging about 1 per day. Which means we will just barely not have enough by the end of year 100. It'll be close. If we're averaging like 1.2 per day, then we will have enough. If we're not, then we won't. Sorry, you had to be there. Oh, the Robin's resources. Okay, okay. Gotcha. I like the idea of perfect treasure chest legend with challenge bait is like 5,800 experience. I know. Why didn't oh gosh, never mind. That's a bad joke to make. Never mind. We will not be dramying up in here. Oh, this is not the right spot. Okay. We gotta swap here. I know where you're going, yes. Sorry. Do. Alright, that's good enough for me. Yeah, let's not talk about it, Mantis. I'm glad they apologized, though. I just don't want to get into it. If you are curious, you can look up whatever you want about it. You might have to do Skull Cavern for a bit of slime. I don't think so. I don't have to finish it by year 100. But also, I have more than enough slime, so I kind of just... I forgot my buff again. Maybe I just need to add some more places to use it. I hear sounds outside. I think there's a plane. Alright, sorry. I just had to do something really quick. Right, good. There was a Discord that was spamming notifications. I had to turn them off. Alright, let's get our sunfish going. Not a sunfish. So we have equal chance to catch chub and sunfish here. We only need the sunfish, sadly. So we ignore the chubs. There's basically like no other fish either. In fact, there might actually be no other fish you can catch here. Exceptional stream? Oh, it was good. I don't know if I'll be able to be around for all of them, but if I see them live, I'll definitely come by and check it out. I'm glad you told me about them in general, though. I love following people who play Stardew on YouTube. It was cool to see someone else doing the 999 challenge. As far as streamers go, until now, it's kind of just been me and Tally. Every Friday? Gotcha. Fridays are usually pretty busy for me, but if I can, I'll definitely stop by. I'm thinking of what would be the hardest stack or the easiest stack to get from a fresh file of Stardew. I'm trying to figure out what it would be. And I don't count a stack like wood because you need wood for other things, right? Because you need wood for like all the craftable stuff. I mean like completely finish an item. I'm thinking it's bread. You could cook the bread pretty quickly. Oh, but you could just buy coffee probably, right? What's the cheapest item you can buy at the saloon? Is it coffee? Whatever, or salads are cheaper, right? 220. So a stack of salads is probably the fastest. Because they're not used in anything else. Oh, Joja Cola. Yeah, that would do it. Joja Cola is cheaper. I'm saying from like a fresh file, Mantis. Like you just started the game anew. Like if you were speedrunning finishing a stack. The fastest item we get 999 of is wood, but that's not a completed. Oh yeah, you need more coffee, that's right. So salads or Joja Cola probably. Joja Cola I think is cheaper. Oh, you can buy bread too. You can buy Joja Cola directly from Joja, Diana. I think you can at least. You don't need to buy it from the machine. It would take a long time to press that, yeah. But I think you can just buy it from Joja if it's open. It's just not open in this file. I don't know if it costs 99 though, because bread is cheaper. That's still a lot of money you have to get. I wonder if something would still be faster. Yeah, because like even if it's 99, that's still 99,000, which is not something you can get immediately. But I think that's the cheapest thing you could buy. Oh, bait. Bait from Willie's shop I think is cheaper. Oh, but you need more than... It's used in some recipes, isn't it? Actually, I'm not sure. Now I'm thinking. Is this like a different page? Yeah, here it is, bait item. Yeah, it's used in deluxe bait. You need 2 stacks of it, but it is purchasable for 5 gold. But you only need 2 stacks. So it's almost certainly this one. You'd need 2 stacks technically, but 5 gold times... It's only 10,000 for both of those. So bait is definitely the answer. You have to get fishing level 2, but that's really fast. And then just 10,000 gold. What do you mean that still might be cheaper? It's 10,000 gold. Yeah, it's definitely cheaper. 10,000 you can reasonably get in a few days. Probably just do mines into strawberries. You might not even bother with mines, just water them. Actually, you might do fishing. Catfish smoking might be quick enough. If you only need 10k, you only need like 10 smoked catfish. It's more than that. It's like 20 smoked catfish. Just sleep until rain days. Get your fishing level up. It could be a fun run to do. Oh, seeds. True. So parsnips are 25,000. But you don't have to get the fishing level. I'm trying to figure out how you speedrun like money early game. It's almost certainly not worth it to sleep for winter foraging, is it? It might be. Winter forage farming. For 25k. That's like close to the threshold that you could sleep for. You get 15 snips for free though. True. Obviously. Those 15 snips are a large portion of the... Oh, gosh darn it. Went up too much. We're talking about stacking them. Oh. Oh, they're only 20 gold each. I thought they were 25. That's my bad. Yeah, it would be just 20k then. Which is still double what bait costs, but then you don't have to worry about getting fishing level 2. I don't know, can you make 10k faster than you can get fishing level 2? I somehow doubt it. Bait's probably still faster. Fishing level 2 is like so fast. It's like 5 perfect fishies. 1 pound fishies or 5 pound fishies? Ooh. I talked a lot today. My voice is already starting to feel it. Now I'm gonna go tutor and talk more. Oh no. I'll be okay. Yeah, exactly, Diana. That actually might not be the fastest way to get it, though. You're speedrunning. You still have to get the initial funds for the bait anyways. Same with the parsnips, right? I'm trying to think of like what the best money-making thing would be. Honestly, if you get really lucky, mines could be good enough. Like, how much do speedrunners get on mines day 1, typically? I think it's around 5,000. That's like a whole day, though. But fishing takes up a lot of time, is part of the problem. Mixed flower seeds. How are you getting 999 mixed flower seeds? I don't even have 999 mixed flower seeds in my game yet. Legacy RNG clay farming. I feel like it might actually be slower. Legacy RNG clay farming is really good on day 1, but when you can sleep, it's definitely slower than most other methods of making money. The reason clay farming is good is because like you have day 1 where you're not doing anything. And there's not much you can do to make money. I'm actually interested, Sweeney. Is there a way to get mixed flower seeds that I don't know about, like, really quickly? Because I'm unaware if there is. Wow. There we go. 72! Clay farming requires legacy RNG, yep. You could technically do it on non-legacy if you use a predictor, but the pattern is not there. The pattern that speedrunners and people normally use doesn't exist after legacy. It's still technically possible, though, because it works a similar way, where you hoe and it moves the spot where the next clay is. But there's no way to know where that is without the predictor. A pattern probably exists, it's probably just less predictable. Yep. Basically 1.6 added like a randomization that randomizes things better. that's the end of our time with Sunfish. Our time at Sandrock. Put it in, please. Nope, 177. Yeah, this will be done in like 10 days. By the time we get to the Desert Festival, we're gonna be done with Sunfish pretty much. Or get through those real quick. And then Desert Festival, we're working on. We're gonna do Sandfish all 3 days of the Desert Festival. We won't even worry about Golden Bobbers. I'm just gonna try and get those Sandfish done by the end of the year here. I don't think it will, Sweeney. Because Legacy exists, there's not really anyone who's trying to figure out the pattern on current RNG. Blade's Predictor technically could tell you exactly what it is, and like Piano or someone could figure out like a pattern that works, but there's no way it's going to be as good of a pattern as the one we have on Legacy. It's going to require you to move a lot further away. It's not going to be easy to memorize. Where are we on the Sandfish, by the way? Okay. I regret not starting the Sandfish earlier, but we are where we are. We won't need that. We're good. Alright, let's go. To the beach! Like, you could argue the randomization is cracked, because Blade's Predictor can tell you what the randomization is going to be, but it's not, like, humanly possible to do in real time. Or if it is, no one has bothered to learn how to do it. How can you get Golden Bobbers? It's on the 3rd day of the Desert Festival quest. The Willy quest on the 3rd day of the Desert Festival. Basically, anytime you catch a chest while that quest is active and you don't have a golden bobber in your inventory, you will catch a golden bobber in the chest. Whoops, don't do that. However, if you have the golden bobber in your inventory, you will not get another one, so you have to go put it away. So I have a chest in Skull Cavern that I just put my golden bobber in, and then go fish another one. Ooh, it's windy outside. What does it do? It's just an item for the quest, but it stacks, which is the important thing. So it doesn't do anything on its own. It looks like a bobber, but it doesn't actually do anything. I don't think you can even put it on your rod. I haven't tried, but... Unless it's golden, I'm not going out of my way for chests. They waste time. It's gotta be golden. Ooh, it's a tough bar today. Wow. That is a tough limbo. No, Diana. I think it's just because all of the bobbers are just the number of fish you've caught. So I think that bobber as well is just the number of fish you've caught. That is your lowest limbo yet. It wasn't enough. Oh no, not the himbo. Jess, if it makes you feel better, I think you're himbo. Good stack. Wow. Stack attack check for the wind. Is that hello on Greek? Algo and that and thank you and you're welcome are the only Greek I know. Wait, what? Okay, I see. You just excessively used and there. I was confused by what you meant. Does anyone know when... Imagine, like, avoiding using an Oxford comma just by saying and over and over again. I said hi to Murkos, but I butchered it. Fair. Ding! Blobfish is done. I don't use commas. I just used and. Commas are for people who are afraid. I'm gonna trust that you two are, you know, using Greek in a very mature and responsible way, but also in general, please no chat other than English, because I don't know how to moderate that. You guys could be saying horrible things in Greek right now and I wouldn't know. Generally, I trust you two, but to be fair to everybody, let's just make sure we keep it in English. Okay. Hey, I got an octopus. Nice. Normally I can't. Got a hold of an old book. The problem is the spine and the cover are detached from the pages. Ooh. There's tutorials on how to fix that, usually online somewhere, Ems. It's gonna require some, like, wood glue, though. Not Elmer's. You can sometimes tape them up, too. I don't know how to do it myself, but there's definitely tutorials online on how to fix that. 50-50 himbo. Either you're him or you're not. Whoa! Nice limbo. Oh gosh, my hiccups. Go away, hiccups. I'm tired of you. Yeah, in general, when I have a problem like that, M's like YouTube tutorials or Reddit pages are like the first things I Google for information about stuff like that. There's some really bad stuff on Reddit, but there's also a lot of people who really care about the things that they talk about that have really long, detailed posts on how to do things. You just gotta make sure you know how to separate one from the other. We'll update you on all the pros this book belong to Grandma and Grandpa. Aw, that's so amazing. Because it's an online form that anyone can contribute to, Ems, and that's humanity is super unhinged and useful simultaneously as a whole. That's just humans. Have you heard the song by Bo Burnham? Welcome to the internet. Take a look around. Hi, Pickle Rick. Welcome in. What? Your neighbors. That's cute. Weren't you already neighbors with someone else today, Sweeney? Suspiciously close. See, look. It does a math problem. I don't know if it's suspiciously close because sometimes math is weird, or it's suspiciously close because it's not working properly. Restoring a book is nerve-wracking. I figured it would be. I've seen videos of people, like, putting spines on books before. I've never seen one on someone just, like, restoring an old book, though. Like, I've seen videos of people making books. I don't know who Joe Goldberg is either, but I assume it's someone who makes books or restores them. Follow a librarian on TikTok. She does videos of repairing books in a library. Oh, that's so cool. Hey, Wild Fairy, welcome in. It's 1 a.m. I must be lonely. Heaven, she said, baby. Nice stack. Alright. Wait. One more. I kind of want to finish off this quality bobber, if I can. There's a daily video. She scans all the books that came in to return. That's a game whether or not on times or late will win. Oh, that's funny. Gosh. There's that many late book returns? I'm somehow not surprised, but also a little surprised that it's that close. Oh, it is the guy from You. I just talked about You last night, I think. I didn't know that was his name. I forgot. Yay, that was worth it. Notorious for returning books. I haven't actually borrowed a book in a long time. I should do that, though. I haven't been to the library in a while. No, I passed out. Middle school librarian. Oh, that's so... Oh, okay, that makes a little more sense then. Yeah, that's understandable. You still have to finish Akatar. Hey, now. I'm on chapter 10. That's like, what, halfway through the book? Look, I'm not driving. I'm going to listen to some in a minute because I'm about to go to tutoring. So on my way to tutoring and back, I'll be listening to it. It's definitely not half-day bestie. It's like 10% at least. I haven't had a chance to listen. I only really listen when I'm driving, and I just haven't been driving anywhere lately. But I'm about to. And speaking of tutoring, technically I could probably squeeze in another day, but I think we are going to call it there. I could probably get one more, but yeah, I had fun. I think it's time to send you guys off somewhere else so you can have fun with them. Let's go ahead and see who's live. Thanks so much for hanging out today, everybody. Hope you had a lovely day. Who is live? Who? Let me know who is live. We've got a Haboo. Let's see. We have a... Haley just started. Oh, wow. It's launch day for Girly Pop? Oh. I did apply. I kind of wanted to get in because I haven't played like Minecraft seriously in a while. Ooh, Tally's doing 999 challenge. And Lizard is doing... What is Squirrel percent? You know what? I'm going to send you guys over to Lizard. Lizard's so cool. Squirrel percent sounds fun. I assume the squirrel statue is like locked behind boat percent. Did we go there a week ago? Yeah, I've got friends. I typically go to the same few people in general. I also went to Tally like a week ago too. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to go here. Hi, Shy. Oh my gosh, it's Shy. Hi, Shy. Can we get a shout out for Shy Egg? You're an amazing streamer here on Twitch. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out today, everybody. I'm going to catch you all in the future. We'll probably stream tomorrow, actually. I'm down for more streaming tomorrow. Catch you guys all later. Bye for now, everyone. Goodbye. Bye, Shy. Bye, Diana. Bye, Ems. Bye, Sweeney. Bye, Mel. Goodbye, Tay. Goodbye, Mantis. Goodbye, Murkos. Goodbye, Pickle Rick. You too, Shy. I wish you were here earlier so we could chat. Raid message? Oh, yeah. Good idea. We have time. Hold on. I'm cooking. Why is this word so hard to spell? Not gonna be able to do that twice. You got it. Copy the first one if you are a subscriber. Copy the second one if you are not. I'll catch you guys over there. Copy them quick. Oh my gosh, we got limited time. Oh my god, we're leaving. Oh my god, bye! Bye, Caddy.